Do you want to show the kitchen?
I don't want to show the kitchen.
Okay, we're gonna scoot over.
Just eat it actually.
You gonna train Bubba? What you gonna train? All right. Class, today we are talking just real estate after hours, the Roundup.
Real estate after hours.
Yeah, this is so cool. Which one is it?
Drinks and real estate.
Yeah, this is the true real. This is, you know what, class? If you're here tonight, this is how I actually designed the real estate Roundup, where we just kind of hang out at the round table and talk real estate. If you're here hanging out tonight, this is how literally back in 2006, God gave me a vision just to start bringing people in and just talking. Y'all can talk, go ahead. Just talking about real estate. I'm hanging out with my boy Delawrence.
Yeah.
What up, Delawrence? Today, Bubba is teaching the class. Bubba, what are you gonna say? What do you want for our viewers to know about real estate? Go. All right, okay.
Did you get that?
Did you get that? Look out the way. Go ahead, come on, baby. Bubba.
Yeah, you go.
This is how I actually intended the Roundup to be. Lawrence, we were talking about Lawrence and I. Bubba, can you bring that in a little bit so I can make sure? If you got questions, class, go ahead, baby.
But she does have questions.
Nobody wants to be on camera. I don't understand. Everybody want to be. Everybody want to be fancy. You can stand back here. Class, we're just hanging out. It's Saturday night, 2019.
In real estate.
2019. We're getting ready to have some wings, but it's so cool. The reason that Lawrence stops by, people stop by all the time just to kind of have this incubator at my kitchen table. We talk about deals. I promise you, I've had people here from around the country, Denver, where else? California, New York, Florida. They come here and we talk about real estate. Today, Delawrence and I just went to the grocery store and we were talking about people being dinosaurs. Oh,
yeah, dinosaurs. This lady was retired and she was working again at the grocery store. It was like, wow, she is retired and still working. It's a dinosaur, man. She's still at it. And we're happy to just be here, having access to real estate, and this new technologies is out here. Everything is moving fast. Everybody wants stuff faster. And there are tools out there to help you even do things faster.
We're working on that too to bring it to them.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring you something sweet.
Yeah, 2019. I got so much for it.
Oh my gosh!
But dude, we were talking about. Good gosh, man. I mean, the lady had retired from a local grocery store. And then she went to work at another grocery store. And I just Lawrence was going over the programs and the apps and the technology. Just don't give them the exact technology yet, but just give us a picture of what it can do.
This
for real estate investors.
For real estate investors, it's just like perfect, man. It keeps your follow-ups going.
What do you mean by follow-ups? What do you mean?
Follow-ups. When you market to people, you have to keep following up. If you do direct mail marketing, you need to keep following up.
For my family members that don't know what direct mail is, D, what do you give them that?
Direct mail is when you mail something directly to the homeowner, and it goes right into their mailbox. Old school. It still works. That's why it's crazy, because it's the oldest method, but it works. It's great. The snail mail, man. I mean, everybody checks it.
You know why I think it works, D? Dan Kennedy said you are selling in a vacuum. You're selling in a vacuum. You get that letter, and it's just you, the person getting it, and the letter. So it's just you right there on paper, you know. Yeah. As opposed to the internet, there's so much noise.
Yeah, so much noise. So that's and the fact that you can also find property owners in a jiffy. I'm talking about a lot of times you go to properties that's vacant and different things, and sometimes they might not be vacant. You just don't know who the owner are. You just see a house that's looking crazy, and you're like, I wonder who the owner is. And with this new technology, man, you could just take a picture. It pulls up the owner's information. You can pull up their phone number, their emails, like right away. And it's like, it might take like 10 seconds or something like that. But I remember just.
Tell me about the past and tell us the reason I thought this was so important. My Roundup family is because we were talking about. I feel like I'm a dinosaur. I feel like I don't know shit. One of my mentees asked me yesterday. He said, "Chris, do you feel like you're smart?" I'm like, I feel like I don't know anything, dude. I feel like there's so much out there. I feel like I'm a dinosaur. D. Tell me about the past, how you used to do it, and tell me where you think it's going regarding this technology.
Right. Used to do. According to when I look at properties and I'm trying to find the owner, I'll see a property and write it down on a piece of paper. Write the information. I'll say 1234 Hope Street. All right. Because I'm hoping I get some money. But anyways, whatever address you want to. Now, look, I'll write the address down first. Then I'll go home later that day. Maybe I'll write down multiple addresses. Anyway, I'll go home later that day. And I might write it down on a scratch piece of paper or maybe a notebook. But I'll take it home that day.
Oh, maybe another dream.
All right, so I take it home that day. Then I'll go into the internet. And I go to the city assessment website of whatever city that is. You know, if it's being in the 757, you know, it's whatever city. Hampton, Newport News, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Suffolk, Williamsburg. Go to, I use type official city website for whatever city. That's how I usually did it.
Gotcha.
And it pulled up the city. It pulled up whatever their official website. I go in there and I find the property assessors page there that I can actually put in the address and look up the person who owns that property. Virginia Beach, for instance, they won't tell you the person. You have to actually call them.
You talking about the city assessment?
City assessment. I'm talking about. Well, I usually go to the city assessment website.
Okay. You still don't have it.
What? Oh, okay, yeah. So sometimes you have to call them directly to get information, but sometimes it'll be online. And most of the time, we got a couple cities not online, but sometimes online. So you go in, you get the property detail information. Really, you want the owner information, and you mostly want the last known address that they mail in the tax records to. Because if they send the tax record to you, if your taxes are current, we know you're getting your tax records because somebody paying them.
Basically.
Right. So you try to find the last known address, and then from there, you will either write your letter out, or if you want to do it like that, or you put it into I usually compile a bunch of them because I don't do one at a time. I usually do.
So anyway, you send your letter and
you send a letter out, and then there. But a lot of times, sometimes you'll forget about the follow-up. That's what's crazy about what I used to do. After sending so many random letters to everybody, I forget the follow-ups sometimes. I might follow up to a couple and miss those or something like that. And then it kind of falls to the wayside. So some might get followed up on, some might not. Which leads to you losing deals. Like you really losing deals.
Follow
up. And and that's just the last known address. I'm not even counting. You have to do a skip trace to try to find the phone number and more addresses and maybe family members and anything because you're trying to find the person. So it's a good little process that technology right now is cutting it down to.
But where is technology from all back in the day? Because D and I've been in the game for. I got rocking and rolling, and just you hear background. My beautiful wife is making our favorite wings, and salad, and macaroni and cheese meal for kings. Tell me about what year did you get started, D?
I think I got started. Well, I got introduced to real estate kind of when the market was real high. So I guess it was like 2007 or 8 or something like that.
Oh man, you right before the crash.
Yeah. So they were teaching all the techniques about how to buy it, how to get the seller to hold a second, which they was not going to do because houses flying off the shelf. Like,
let's talk about that right before we get. I don't want to miss that point about strategies back then as opposed to strategies now. Mm-hmm. So where are we at now with getting back to my lady working at Food Line, technology, dinosaurs? Where are we at now, D? We're just in the click button society.
Every technology is taking all these jobs away. Like
what's the first one?
Cashiers Gone.
Let's rewind. Remember we talked about, let's just start with Blockbuster, the biggest.
Oh yeah, Blockbuster.
If you think technology, I promise you, it's coming for us. It's coming for real estate investors. Technology's coming. And I don't want you to be out there. People think I'm going to be the next Uber of chefs or what are the next Uber of shoe sales. You know, I don't know when that's going to come, but Blockbuster did. We were talking about that.
Yeah, Blockbuster came, and everybody was going to Blockbuster forever. All of a sudden, Redbox came, shut Blockbuster down. All right, now I love Redbox, so I used to go to Redbox all the time and get movies and stuff. But right after that, technology jumped up again. Now you got these apps, Netflix, Hulu, Fire Stick, all these other type of apps, and you can get movies now. Just straight you can get it from starting with your phone to the TV, smart TVs. You just push a button and you get the movie. So Redbox getting ready to go out the window, you know, because who needs to go out? It's kind of cold out here. Who needs to go stand at Redbox when I can just be in my house and hit a button? And now I have my movie, and I don't have to go back and worry about taking it back and getting no extra charges, because I used to get extra charges when I did the Redbox, because I was like, I don't feel like taking it back today. And I might forget tomorrow. Now I had a movie that I watched the first day, and I'm gonna pay for 4 days because I didn't take it back in time. You don't have to worry about that. Technology's killing that right now. So
we got Blockbuster went away. What was the other one we talking about? Taxi cab companies.
Taxi cab companies are. Oh man, they hurting. They hurting. Matter of fact, I heard in New York, man, they actually taxi cab is so mad in New York that they made Uber cut how many people that they can actually hire in New York. So it's a limit in New York how many Uber people can actually join Uber.
You know, that ain't fair, man. You can't stop progress.
They're trying to stop. Yeah, they're trying to stop it.
The inevitable.
You know, New York known for taxis, the regular taxis, not the Ubers. Well, only people taking taxis now, a lot of people whoever don't have bank accounts, whoever don't have smartphones, credit cards, them people are taking taxis. Older people, they taking taxis because they used to taxis.
That's why they like that.
They still taking taxis, but right now, people who didn't even take taxis ride Uber now.
Yeah, I'm an Uber guy. I'm sold. Yeah. I didn't want to really do it. My wife is a progressive thinking person, and she got me on Uber. So I'm like, let's do this. Mm-hmm. All right, so we got taxi cab, Blockbuster. So far, class, we're just talking about technology, how technology is wiping out, obliterating different industries. So we got Uber, now we got Airbnb, and there's so many of them. I just want to give it 3.
Mm-hmm. I know banking. Actually, banking is banking and yeah,
they don't even have a drive-through anymore at the bank.
They're killing it in banking. A lot of cashiers and stuff, and they're not gonna have to worry about being a cashier, or they're not hiring as many cashiers no more because they have a lot of automated
bank tellers.
Bank tellers, yeah. I'm sorry, bank tellers, because they're getting a lot of automated stuff going. Like they just cutting down on everybody. In Florida, they got a lot going on in Florida with that. I think they're rolling it out over there with more automated technology, and they got apps that you can do almost everything online. Like I use my Bank of America app. And I barely go to the bank, man.
You could just, my wife takes a check. When I get a rent, she just puts a picture of it.
That's exactly what I do. Exactly what I take a picture of the front. I take a picture of the back. I don't even have to go in there. I go in there. It's for little detail stuff. And usually when I go in there, they tell me to call 1-800 number to customer service because they can't help me like that.
All right, so this training today, just to go over ideas. This is an incubator for you watching Roundup family, because I don't want you to have an excuse for, hey, the people around me aren't lifting me up. Delawrence and I are here to answer questions for you tonight to help lift you up. If you noticed the other day, I did a video with a mentee, if you will, just graduated from college. He says everybody in his circle not only are they employee, which is fine, but they don't want to hear anything about being a business owner or an investor.
That's ugly.
Yeah, man.
You can't hang around people like that. Matter of fact, when I even started this journey, I didn't ask anybody for what they thought about it.
Wow.
Because I felt like I made up my mind, and I didn't want anybody doing no negativity in my mind. So regardless if you thought it was going to work or not, I'm going for it, and that's that. That's just the focus I had. So I didn't hang around nobody that said anything negative. My mom is old school, and I talked to her a little bit about it. And she
get you a job, boy.
Baby, I don't know about you. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I need something solid, stable. I need where my check coming from. I was like,
where's your check coming from? Who's gonna sit?
I said, okay, mom, but I didn't talk to her much after that, like, cause I don't
About
want
that.
about that. You know what I'm saying? About that. I'll just tell her, you know, what I'm doing and different things like that. I'm not asking what you think about me doing it, because I already know her stance. Her stance is solid money, 1 month, retire, and that's it. So she looking at her son like, boy, you crazy.
All right, so let's move on to my lady before I get to my lady at Food Line. The reason I do this is to raise your financial literacy. There's a whole other world out here, I promise you. I personally feel like there's going to be 2 options within the next 2 years regarding income. Either you're an employee, self-employed, or you're internet. If you're not on the internet, you are done.
Yeah.
What do you think, D?
Man, I'm thinking the exact same thing. Look, I'm putting now we're talking about moms. I'm putting my mom on the internet, just doing drop shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, but what she did was she actually ordered it because she don't know about too much drop shipping. She straight ordered it.
So what's
a drone
drop shipping for people that don't know?
Drop shipping is when you can order a product from another company, a wholesale company, and you can have it shipped off, and they will give you the credit. Somebody can order it from you, and you don't have to pay for it until they order it. So once they order it from you, then you call the drop shipper and you order it from the drop shipper and have it shipped from that company directly to your client. So you didn't have to ever have it in your possession.
Oh, okay. I like that.
The downfall about that is you didn't have it in your possession, which means shipping is on over there. You have to trust the people, whoever you to send it. So usually they may have, I mean, I've read they have issues sometimes with delivery, which makes your client cuss you out and not them. So that's the downfall of that. But so my mom decided to order it first. She ordered it first, and she ordered the drone because I was telling her the drones are hot right now. And
drones and the hoverboards.
Yeah, drones and hoverboards. Yeah, what I told her about the drones, and I told her it's hot right now. So she decided to order one. I didn't tell her what type of order. She just ordered one with a camera, and she had a basic picture. She didn't put no white background in the back
on the internet.
Yeah, she set it on the couch, took a picture of it, and she called me like a week or 2 later and said it was sold.
Really, grandma? I mean, mother.
My mom, yeah.
Good for you.
So you know, internet straight up. She retired, and it was just something extra. I was like, why don't you just try some drop shipping, Mom?
You hear that, babe?
I'm listening.
Drop shipping.
And she did it, and she did it and sold it, just
You're
like that.
Be employed, self-employed / internet. This internet. The reason I'm doing this incubator tonight, this roundup. I'm a real estate guy to the death. To the death. The sword that I'm going to die on is real estate. However, I just don't want to keep my blinders on so tight that I got to let you know this internet money is just. I was talking to my young man. Real entrepreneurs, we get paid every second of the day. Every second of the day, we're getting paid. Whether it's content creation, whether it's videos, whether it's products being sold, whether it's rent that's cranking up and they're going to pay it out at the end of the month. What else? For me, that's all I know. That's all I know. I don't have a job to go to. I haven't been employed since 2000. When's the last time you had a job, dude?
I think 2007 or 6.
Have you ever been fired? Let me ask you that.
No, I resigned.
You resigned?
Yeah, I never got fired.
We'll get to that in a minute. Class, if you got questions, this is about entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial spirits. How can we pour into you and see what you can do to make money, not only with real estate? If you got any questions, we're going to knock them out. What we got here? Thumbs down. Darn, somebody give me a thumbs down. Okay. Indiana. Rod Clark, why are you giving me a thumbs?
They don't ask a question.
I'm sorry, dog. Okay, let me get to your question, dog. Rod Clark. You giving me mad thumbs down, Rod.
He missed the thumbs down. I got him
Rod, what did I do? Huh?
Rod, down, whatever.
Super chat questions, although I'll do a super. Rod, come on, dog. I mean, I am a little busy. I mean, I do coach people around the country, manage bad rental properties, renovations, and I'm a dad and a husband. Come on, dog.
They hard world, isn't it? Ain't it?
You hard on me. Come on.
It's hard.
D.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question.
okay.
What do you think about so much to talk about? What do you think about wishing things were easy as opposed to wishing you were better? Wishing things were easy as opposed to wishing you were better. Tell me what you think about that quote from Jim Rohn.
Wishing thing was easier. Well,
Let me rewind that. Let me rephrase that.
wishing thing was easier. Wishing you were better. Okay, I got it.
About not only that, not only about wishing, but looking at life, saying things are hard as opposed to wanting me being better. What do you think about that?
Well,
Determined to win. What up, dog? What up?
I think about that. And,
Danny, hey. Go ahead, dude.
Really, I don't think it's about being easier because I think everybody has a lesson to learn. And I think that lesson is what's coming in front of you the next day or every day. You know, you're learning the lesson. So when you say, can you make it easier? Well, it's really what lesson are you learning in whatever you're going through. If you're not learning nothing inside that lesson, more than likely that will happen to you again in life until you learn to do better. You learn something from that lesson. So I don't think it's not about being easier. It's about going through what you're going through, learning that, and it will make you better.
So we're looking at. I'm just saying. Are we looking inward at ourselves getting better, or are we looking at circumstances to get better?
I'm thinking you looking at circumstances are so random. So I can't have this. It's life. Yeah, circumstances. That's what makes life. It's like it's random. Like I read something before. Oh man, I went through something before, man. That I read, and the guy said, if you had a dream, and you could dream for 75 years, and you can do any dream you want to do, what will happen is you'll go to sleep, and when you dream, you'll make your dream perfect. Like you'll have all the money you want, you'll have everything you want in this dream for 75 years. And then you wake up and be like, that was a nice dream. Great, I had everything I want. When you do it again, you probably do it again, but then you'll get bored of that dream. And then you'll say, I wonder if I could have a little bit stuff that I wouldn't really know. Because I'm controlling my own dream for 75 years. Wow. But now it's getting boring to me. Right? So I'm going to change a little bit. I want a little spontaneity. So once you do that a couple times, you'll get a little spontaneity. And you'll be like, what if it was just, I didn't know what would happen in my dream? And then once you do that, you'll find that you are exactly where you're at now. Wow. Because it's just like a dream. And this is like a real game. Like, and with random stuff that happens every day, which is set for you to learn. How you gonna learn? It's your journey. So a lot of stuff that's gonna happen to Chris or ain't gonna happen to me, or what me not gonna happen to Chris, because we on different paths in life. Everybody is, because everybody's individual. Yeah. You're born in this world by yourself, you're gonna go out by yourself. You're on one road, buddy, and that's your own.
Class, anything you want us to discuss. This is open forum for free. I'm not even charging you my consultation fee for this presentation, this live broadcast. D, what do you think about? Let me see. So much to talk about. What do you think about you can have more than you've got when you become more than you are? Let me repeat that. You can have more than you've got now when you become more than you currently are. Class, you can put questions right there. Tell me about your opinion on that.
Well,
I saw you. What up? Determined to win, New Jersey.
Yeah, I think that's great. You can have more than you want when you become
more than you are.
More than you are. I feel that's just a straight true statement. Wow. I mean, because when you become more than you are, it comes with it. Like more than you want, it comes with it. Like it's like a part of the package. You know, once you become more than you are, I mean, I am what I am right now, but if I become more than I am, the rest is coming, like more.
So you just bring it with you.
It's coming, like, cause I can do whatever. Like I'm becoming more than I am. I can do more. I'm gonna have more. It's just gonna come with it. That's how I feel.
I'm saying this statement, class, because Sonya.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hi,
What up?
Vibrate.
Are you good? I'm just saying what up.
It's out put it on vibrate.
I can say hello because this is my channel. I get to do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
Class, I want you to know you will not have more. I promise you. You will not have more until you become more. Let me do a quick illustration. I didn't get this. It took me a while to get this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can I show that chicken?
No.
Did y'all see that chicken?
That chicken nice.
This is you, right? Well, this was me years ago, right? This is the plate that I had. I was new. This plate that I had, right? This is one of my plates at the crib. Yeah, we use square plates. I don't know. I always like square plates. So this is the plate that I used to have. This was my life, right? Now on this plate, I can only fit so much stuff on it, right? But once something, more things come on it, catch this, guys. I'm gonna bring it around. Just stay with me because I gotta work it a little bit just to get it to you. You gonna let me work it? Can I work it?
Yeah, work it.
So here's your plate. Here, this is you. This is you. All you got, right? So let me go over here. Oh my goodness, this is a good illustration right here, dude. We got my chicken with my wife made these great chicken wings, right? So on this plate, only 3 wings can fit on this plate. Let's just say this is 3 rental properties. Everybody I meet, they want more. They want more. And I have to tell you, D, there has not been one person that has not told me that they want to own apartment buildings and apartment complexes. Do you meet a lot of people like that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's something about just having an apartment building.
Everybody wants
that's the ultimate,
apartment.
Monopoly, man. Everybody want apartments.
I'm gonna get to you. If you got up here and you want to own multifamilies, I'm gonna get to you too. I think that's good. This plate here will only hold 3 wings. If this is your plate, this is you, the capacity that you can hold. Once you start getting more stuff, you get more wings and more food and stuff like this, they put it on your plate, guess what's gonna happen? It's just gonna fall right off. It's gonna fall right off. It's not until you become a bigger plate that you can hold more stuff on your plate. It is only when these 4 corners right here, these 4 corners, class, and I'm here to tell you, I'm a living witness. It's only until you become a bigger plate that you can hold more stuff. Back in the day, this was me. I had a couple houses, several houses, lost a whole bunch of them to foreclosure, right? Lost in the foreclosure because I was this small plate. This was me. I was trying to cram it on, put more food, more chicken, more steak, more fish. And I'm praying to God, like, God, why can't I get more? Because these 4 corners here was all I had. These are the 4 corners that I had until I was able to grow. D, back me up. What's your opinion on that, bro?
Yeah, I love that illustration. That is crazy, and that's definitely true. Because you say being more you, that goes to knowledge. That goes to your network.
How about your communication, being able to command words?
Command words, yeah, man. I mean, it covers so much. I can look at that plate and I can see me as being brand new, like trying to do so much. I'll go back to my mom.
Hit it, D. That's what we hear.
My mom said, she said, "Baby, you're doing a lot right now." I'm like 25, maybe something like that. She said, "I'm doing a lot right now. I had my house, another hair salon business. I was trying to pick up more houses."
Remember that.
And she was
like, I want more, God.
And I'm just trying to do more.
God, give me more. God ain't gonna give you more. Go ahead, D.
It's crazy because that more even go to the fact that now I know about how United States can go in a up and down like that. And I didn't even know nothing about that at that time.
Recession.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know about that. Like, cause I'm still trying to cram stuff on and get more and get more on my plate. And that's how I got caught with all those rehabs all of a sudden at one time. And then the bank stopped funding everybody. I couldn't get no buyers to buy them because they wasn't loaning no loans out.
Gotcha.
But just cramming, trying to cram and not knowing exactly what's going on. I wasn't more yet.
So you was a small plate trying to.
I was a small plate trying to cram a whole bunch of stuff.
Go ahead, Missy, go. Missy want to come out there with y'all. So I'm here to tell you, class, until you become bigger, until you become a bigger plate, you ain't gonna be able to put more shit on it. It just doesn't work like that. That's not how the universe operates. It's not how God operates. I hate to tell you, and I'm just speaking from my experience, and D is backing me up.
No doubt.
Right now, I'm a big ass plate. I can add it on. Okay, let's do that. Make time to do that. Add it on. And I'm not perfect. Not perfect yet, because me and D talking about this internet stuff. I'm internet. I'm sold. I'm here on the internet. I'm a small plate on the internet. But when it comes to real estate, I got all my tenants right here, all my lenders. And if I need to, I can add another house. Because I got space, I got room to put it right over here. D, tell her you can leave it open for Missy. Where Missy at? She want to come out there with y'all.
Okay.
You want to show Missy to my class? Everybody class, you know how we get down here at the Roundup. This who runs the house. This runs the house right here. Missy runs the house.
That's a nice dog. That's a nice one.
When she gets mad, the barking starts.
She get mad? That one?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
We put her in the crib and then like she won't stop.
Class, if you got any comments, things you want us to cover, please put it in here. Watch most of your videos. Let's see, Danny Ramos. Persistence is key. Danny, looking for something as we speak. I'll get smacked roadblock. Yes, what up, Danny? Letitia Boone. Watched most of your vehicles, Chris. Okay, currently rehabbing
Videos.
Okay. You're rehabbing Letitia. You're rehabbing your first two rental properties. Oh, she did say videos. Letitia, I would not let them go. I wouldn't renovate them either. I would say go ahead and do lease options, own financing, and sell them things. Get a down payment. Don't do any repairs. Mr. Butt Nasty.
Who's Mr. Butt Nasty?
I don't know.
It's Buck. Anyway, Buck.
Oh, I thought he said butt.
Let me be quiet. Is it a non-negotiable to have an attorney close deals when using terms on a house? And if so, should I have an attorney in place before I get the contract signed?
Is it non-negotiable?
Non-negotiable. Well, I know Eddie talks about he wants to have an attorney closing the real estate transaction just in case buyer and seller got a problem. Something pops up.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't think it's non-negotiable. It depends. If you live in New Jersey, yeah, you can.
Oh, you say, is it non-negotiable to do that?
Yeah.
That what you're trying to say?
Should he do it?
Oh, well, you can.
You can, yeah.
Be safe for yourself.
It's safer, yeah. It's safer to use an attorney, but it all depends on the situation. Danny Ramos. Might as well ask on here. Yeah, why not? We're here.
Oh, you know what? Back to that question. When I do subject twos, I use an attorney.
There you go.
Yeah, I use an attorney every time when it comes to the subject two deals. It's like I just want to make sure everything's straight up and up. That's why I use an attorney. Like I go to a regular title company that's not doing subject. I mean that for my regular deals. But when it goes to subject two or anything creative, I actually go to attorney.
You got it. Yeah, I'm gonna say from here on, I'm gonna use an attorney. You know, and I will tell you that I have bought houses with a title company. I wish I would have used an attorney, but I did it, and it's over. Danny, anyone? Yeah, I did it. I'm gonna screw up. I mean, I've been doing this since 2004, and I'm still messing up.
Yeah.
Anyone know of a hard money lender that will do 90% LTV, 100% construction, 2 point? No.
At 2.3 points, not 2.3 points.
Danny?
Or other.
No,
they're not doing other problem down there.
The payment and the cash is not the bank. Danny, if money is tight for you, I don't know your financial situation, but I'm gonna let D chime in after I do it. If money's tight for you, I don't want you using hard money. The hard money lender is going to rake you over the coals. He is going to take you and D. You got more experience with hard money than me.
Yeah, I
Go.
do use. Look, I've been using hard money for a while, and it's just interest rates and down payments is what it is, man. You know, he don't use hard money.
What do I
have
use, D?
used
Tell him what I
You use
use.
more private money.
All right, I gotta go pee.
Yeah,
Don't tell him about.
my last lender is more private than hard money because he gives me a lot less. His interest rates is straight cool, flat fee, and the points. I don't even pay points. So that's the closest to a private lender that I have. I have some other private lenders, but they're small, not super big. Construction rehab costs 2 or 3 points. Other problem. I know Richmond Mortgage. I don't know about the 2 or 3 points. I think they do 5 points. One other problem: down payment money is cash. One other problem: down payment money is cash. None of it in the bank. If I'm reading that right, you say your down payment money is cash, like you don't have it in the bank, but you got it in a briefcase at the house. There's no problem with that. You just put in the cashier's check and bring it to the closing title company. If that is your question, what the problem down payment? If that's your question, okay, Roberts. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Hey, thanks, Roberto. I know Chris probably read that, but I appreciate it. Hey, Merry Christmas to everybody.
What's that?
Um,
You done with hard money? You still doing it?
yeah. Oh well, actually, I read that one question. One of the
I
problems
don't want to
down
leave
there.
hard money yet. I don't want to leave that.
Oh, don't want me to.
leave it.
Okay, hard money is hard money. What you need to do though, for real, is you need to, even if you're using hard money, you need to
We don't know his level of experience though.
Well, for anybody using hard money, starting or a veteran, you need to know all the terms. All the terms. And the main term you need to know is what if I don't sell it within 6 months or 8 months? Because that one right there hits you in the head.
Why?
If you don't get that straight,
Everybody thinks I'm gonna buy this house, fix it up, sell it in 6 months. I'm gonna be out of the deal.
things happen. That's why. Things just happen. Unforeseen things happen. People
Tell
die.
about that one you did.
Contractors run away.
Tell about G Street.
G Street.
Who did you use, by the way?
G Street, I use a main contractor for G Street. But
G Street.
But
Where my knife? I gotta stab
G Street was
you.
good, but it was bad at the same time. It was like good and bad.
Poltergeist.
It was the biggest house I ever did, and it had a lot of surprises. And so when it comes to hard money and surprises, you gotta know other things. One incident happened. My plumbing. I thought it was gonna be, I think about $1,500. I think I put on my estimate of repair, but it came out to be maybe like what I'm talking about, plumbing. Oh yeah, it came out to be more like $3,000 to $4,000 because what I thought was like a no problem was a big problem. I had to tear up my driveway. I had to go underneath it for plumbing, so I had to put the driveway back. There's a lot of stuff happening from that plumbing that caused a bunch of stuff. So when I was, even though I had money in escrow, my hard money lender would not release any funds until I fixed any issue, even though I was over. Let's say I was over, right? But I needed some extra money. So and I didn't have it at the time. And that repair made me go way over. So they wouldn't release any extra money. I had probably like $55,000-$60,000 in the bank in my escrow waiting for me to pull out, but they wouldn't let me touch none of it. They said I had to raise money in the middle of a rehab just because that part went over. And I raised money just to get to my next drawer for the next thing. I mean, that's just one thing. Like I didn't even know that question.
I want D to tell you about when he came to the 6-month time frame with this. Danny, listen to this, dog.
Now, okay, so 6 months come up, and
you thought you were gonna have a solar.
And what I thought was, I was gonna have a solar at that time, but of course something happened. It was actually construction stuff with the additional repairs that I wasn't able to do it. So they told me it was gonna be, I think, 3% fee. They call it an extension fee. But what I didn't know about that extension fee was most hard money lenders, they'll say your extension fee, when you pay it one time, it'll go for like 6 months or maybe 5 months. That'll be that extension.
You got an extension fee to extend it for another 6 months.
Right. But this particular hard money, I mean, company.
Tell them who it was.
Oh, it was actually Do Hard Money. A lot of people haven't used Do Hard Money.
Don't mess with it.
Had used Do Hard Money.
Don't mess with Do Hard Money, dog.
When I got to that point, at the 6-month point, and I was ready to try to, I couldn't sell it at that time, and I said, okay, well, I'll pay my extension. So when I went to pay my extension, it was like, oh yeah, but that extension is only for a month. And now, not only that,
what was the percentage of the extension? 1% of the loan?
I was paying $5,000 a month total. So it was like $2,500 for the extension and $2,500 for the payment.
Oh my God.
So I figured I had did my calculations like what if I go over 6 months or whatever, but I didn't know exactly how much they was charging me. I thought they were just charging me that extension one time and then I had to pay the mortgage. So I was thinking I was gonna have to pay $5,000 one month because I was gonna pay the extension and the $2,500 for that first month, and then the next month would be $2,500. That's what I was thinking. So I thought my normal payments were gonna be $2,500 a month after the 6-month term. Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't get clarified. So the point is, they do extensions every month. So the extension only lasted for 30 days. So that means next month I gotta pay another extension fee, and the next month I gotta pay another extension fee, and the next month I gotta pay another extension fee.
Another $2,500
on top of the mortgage,
which was
$2,500, which made my mortgage $5,000 a month on that house, which I survived it, but it took a lot of profit. Like I'm paying this is extension fee and an interest only fee. So that means none of this is going towards the principal. None of it is going towards the house for real. Wow. It's interest only fee and an extension fee. $5,000 going in the wind for me. Didn't go toward the house at all.
I'll be learning class. Danny,
so that's just something with hard money. So
if you're looking for somebody to find a Danny, I'm gonna move on.
But hold on, one thing though. He's against hard money. If you don't have the money to rehab a property, okay, it might cost you some money, yeah. But if you don't have the money at all,
that's true.
Why not use our money? That's how I look at it. But you got to ask every question. Don't get caught with the surprise. And that's what hard money hits you with the surprise. And you will be surprised when it happens.
Danny, I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna press you too hard, bro. Thank you for supporting our channel. Danny, make sure please give us a thumbs up for our optimization, because my goal is to raise your financial literacy, not to crush you, I'm a deal maker. Delawrence will tell you I'm a deal maker. I try to make deals work. I've done deals with deep. Danny, I'm gonna move on. I only want you using hard money. No one cares about your dream more than you. When you come and talk to people that you want them to finance, one of your dreams, which is your deal, your dream. Have some money, you know. And if you don't have the money, get a credit card. Use your credit card. I'll show you how to use convenience checks to close it. I've bought houses with credit cards. But get some money together. Have saved up, or take the time to save up a little bit of money if you're going to do a renovation, you know, because the reason I'm going to tell you one of my secrets, one of my superpowers is I've been able to raise money myself from people, because one, I can paint a good picture for them, but they want to know how much skill do you have and how much money you putting in. You know, I want my lenders, if you go back a few days, just go to my channel. I interviewed one of my private lenders about 5 days ago. Put your lenders in a position where they can't lose. When you put people in a position where they can't lose, mess with you, screw with you, I said, I'll call that. That's when you win. All right. So give them the deal they can't refuse. Roberto, how you want? This is dog number 2. So look, this is dog number 2. This is Billy. Roberto, hey, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Hey, yeah, thank you, Roberto. I'm gonna receive that. Feliz Navidad. Thanks, Danny. JP, that's what we're here tonight. I'm here to answer questions. All preguntas we will get to. If I have a line of credit valued at $20 million, how can I buy a basket? Yeah, leave this.
I'm here doing this internet class right now.
You're getting the internet money.
I just broke out of it. I gotta get back to it.
Okay, you got a $20 million line of credit, which is crazy. How can I buy a basket of seed level properties generating a cash flow of at least 50,000 a year? Yeah, seed level properties. You're talking about multifamily. You need if you got JP Alfred. First of all, I don't know what city you're in, but if you want to do seed level properties, means you're gonna go in there and you're gonna have to do some work. I need to know what type of skill you have, JP. Because just because you got a line of credit don't mean you got the skill to manage it. And I don't want you to subscribe to the mindset of I'll just hire a company to manage it for me. There is no passive income is a myth. Passive income is a myth. You have to manage. If you don't manage the asset, you have to manage the people managing the asset. You know, so I remember without exception, every coaching client I've ever coached from Cali to Miami to New York to Maine, Vermont, everybody wants to own apartment buildings, multi-families, and have this cash flow coming in, and they'll have a property management company managing the asset itself. Listen, once again, back to your plates. If you haven't mastered one or two rental properties, how the hell are you going to master a multifamily? The answer is you're not. So, JP, I need to know your experience before I can even get started on that, dog. Hey, Beezer. Hey, you're supporting Beezer. Thank you. Lakia. Hey, Lakia. You down in the MI. I hope it's nice down there. It's freezing up in VA today. Danny, Chris, wish for a stronger back. That's right. Wish for a stronger back. JP, the scenario you gave me is realistic, and I have an advisor, but I'm asking to see what additional information I might be missing. JP, if you want a consultation, I've got a consultation fee. Just even, matter of fact, JP, if you want to do, I have a small fee for consultations. Here's my email. Chris Bounce Houses. JP, just go there, and if you want to, we can do a one-on-one, and we'll do a live thing too to tell you what I think about that. But JP, yeah, I'm not the guy. I don't want to. I don't know. He got a $20 million line of credit. I can't advise you on it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can't advise you on that. Don't give up in failure. Yes, be strong enough to continue. Roberto, that Rod guy, he's a troll.
Oh,
Roberto, I don't know what his story is. Di Morris, what up? What up? You're in Columbus. What up, Di?
Columbus, Ohio.
Tamara, what are your thoughts of taking losses up front? Matter of fact, I need to tell you about the strategy that I started out. Go ahead, D.
I'm just looking at
TV Williams.
Taking losses up front and aspirations of making profit in the long run, and when is enough enough?
When is long enough? Enough. Go hit that.
Are you trying to say when you're going to go into a property taking a loss to make a profit in the long run?
Yeah, I know her a little bit. I know her a little bit intimately, and she's got a profit. I don't know if you T Williams. I don't know if you're talking about the lease option that you're doing, but tell us a little more about which one it is, so Dee and I can share our experience. But yes, I'm all about. My birthday was anyway. I don't want to get into that. I'm 43 now, right? I'm all about that long-term money. Short-term money, you can keep it. Doesn't last.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to figure out what's long enough. Yeah, that's what we need. Tell us a little bit more about when you're talking about short-term losses.
So me
and D, how much short-term? Let me tell you this, T. Williams.
Oh, you say short-term losses? What you doing? Yeah, I thought so. Taking losses up front. Okay, yeah, it's short-term losses to make a profit. It's for how short-term, and I don't like taking no losses up front. Telling me, I'm coming in trying to make money out of it immediately.
There's three ways we make money. We buy real estate. Let me tell you, TV Williams. Let me tell you this. I got hit to this when I was about 2005. George, did you ever meet Mike Cheatwood, the president of Trig back in the day?
Oh no. I didn't go to Trig when that was before the lady what's the name was in charge?
Pete.
Yeah.
Wait, this is back in 04 though.
Okay. Nah.
Let me tell you about short-term and long-term. T. Williams. Two type of real estate people. I don't even want to call them investors. You are either investing or you are either an investor. D, you can chime in after I drop the point. If you are investing, means you're going to be making money later. The typical American is making money later on their real estate. But a real estate investor, we make money today and we make money in the long term. So you have to decide, are you investing or are you an investor? Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. I never try to go in something I'm losing up front. I mean, never. Like,
You looked at a lot of deals that were.
I looked at a lot of
Close,
deals.
too.
I looked at a lot of close deals, but I don't want to. I don't. One thing I don't want to lose up front, and for none of the deals, not losing up front. I mean, she said for to make a profit in the long run, it's like I don't know where you're losing that. If it's
Monthly
investing,
payment.
if it's investing in something and you're gonna sell it like 5 months later or something, so you put money out, then you're gonna sell it 5 months later to make a profit.
We need some more data on that.
That's different. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We need some more data on that one. You gotta tell us what you're losing and tell us what's the possible upside, Williams, on that.
Yeah, like for instance, I know this lady had a house that she was breaking even on. She put money down and she's breaking even on it every month. So I can say she was losing up front, but eventually the tenants were gonna pay the mortgage down and she was gonna get a profit from equity so she could resell it later.
Okay.
That was something she did, but she didn't. Monthly. But yeah, well, she didn't. She lost. I say she lost because she had to put a down payment to get it, and then she's breaking even. So right there, she's not making profit from the jump. She's waiting for equity to catch up, which is a couple of years. I don't even like that scenario.
That's the strategy class. Let me tell you, my Roundup family. The strategy that I was taught back in 04. Buy the house, take negative cash flow for a year, resell it for $20,000. That was the reigning philosophy in Hampton Roads. Troy Titus was teaching it. He's in jail now for 30 years. But you could just buy a house, sit on it, negative cash flow, then resell it. You know, that philosophy was so doo-doo.
It's just I'm usually trying to turn money at least something right now.
Yeah, man.
Because bills come every month, and so you need to be stacking. I'll try to get something immediately when I close on it, and then I can take another profit at the end. I mean, I'm at least trying to do something like that, if not wholesaling or something.
But I think it's okay, Williams. I'm gonna move on. It's okay to not make money today. You just have to make sure you say, you know what, I'm investing, and I'm not an investor. Delawrence and me are real estate investors. We're walking in the door. I'm gonna walk in the door and get rolling. You know? Would you say this?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying.
We have been. Let me ask you why I'm speaking for myself. I have been investing. There are things that I invest in. My long-term hold that I bought that I didn't make any cash flow at first.
Right.
Do you have some of that too?
Yes, that's when I hold some of those rental properties, and I'm looking for
investing.
I'm investing because I'm looking for that long-term type of return. Investing. So yeah.
William, just remember that. You got to remember. I always, you know me, I'm good on the fence. You're investing or you're an investor. So you make sure over here you're not making money. You're long term. Over here, you're making money right now and in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. I'm not shitting on nobody. It's okay. Nashville, what up? I'll be down in Nashville, down to fish. Coming to Ron LeGrand's. We'll be down there in Ron LeGrand's summit. Karina, hey, down in Florida. It's money that's set aside, Danny. Rod just shitting on me. Danny said, what up, Delawrence? Kings work. You're in Hampton, VA. What up, Kings? Brian, what up? You're in the D. I used to live in Detroit for a little while. Brian R. Can you do a detailed video regarding the anatomy of terms of hard money? Some of us don't have friends, family with bankrolls.
Terms of hard money. You want a detailed video regarding the anatomy of terms of hard money.
Brian, I've got a video. Just go to my channel. Just type in hard money on my channel. I did 2 distinct videos breaking it all down. I want to comment, D. He says he didn't have friends, family with bankrolls.
But I can see that because he's saying private money. When he's looking about private money, he's thinking about friends, family, and bankroll. So,
where do you talk?
Yeah,
how does he know? My question.
But because I'm feeling you, like when people say, "Hey, get private money," ask your mom or dad or your friends or family. Like, if you don't have them, how you gonna ask for private money? But really, private money is all about actually knowing how to do an investment property, and then you can find private money because when other people know that you can move money through properties, then they'll lend you money to move it through properties for real. And you don't have to use your credit or anything. They just want to know that you know how to move money through properties. That's what it's all about.
But we don't want people to. But I don't know about you, but I don't want nobody borrowing hard money that's not an expert.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, not hard money, private money.
Private money, yeah. Because you don't want to mess up nobody's money.
They gonna mess up my money. No, I want these dogs out to pee before they pee on my floor. Goodbye. Take these dogs out to pee. Class, I'm nothing but daddy daycare. Go.
But that's why new people usually don't get private money because they don't know how to.
Everybody wants it. I want private money.
They don't know how to structure it. They don't know how to structure the deal.
Because you're not an expert.
Yeah, you're not an expert. You can't explain it to the private person because the private person usually don't know too much about real estate at all. So that means you have to educate them all the way down. So that means you need to know exactly what you're talking about in order to get the private money. I mean, so it's gonna be hard to get private money right from the jump.
Yeah, class. Don't be Brian. I want to comment and I'm gonna move on. Some of us don't have friends, family with bankrolls. Brian, how many people have you asked to invest and you're gonna pay them 6 to 9% APR? I want to know that, and then we'll come back to you. Because my thing is, how do you know they don't have any money? I'm here to tell you, I've had Section 8 tenants broke, right? Turn into millionaires overnight. I had a resident matter of fact, two. One got a settlement from a car crash. One got back pay from a surgery that they had. Turned into instant millionaires. So, Brian, how many people have you asked for money? You want to comment on him before we leave? He said he don't got friends and family with him.
Yeah, I said. I mean, it's easier to find them than you think, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't. It's funny, man. I haven't asked friends and family for money. It's rare. I usually ask business consultants and people that don't even know me, like for money. Like it's funny. And,
but you're an expert.
And the fact that I know how to explain it, and they done see me do projects, then yeah, it's easier to get money.
Yeah. With Brian, we need to know your experience and how many people you've asked for money. Danny, every time. Good. Healing through inspiration. Peace. What up?
Peace.
JP Alfred. Give him DMV. I'm gonna be up there next week. If I'm gonna be in a DMV next week, class, if y'all want to do coffee. I run of a startup. When did you read?
I run of a startup. I have been in business for myself for the last 10 years.
Nice. Cool. I'd like to hear more about that.
10 years. Yeah, what's a startup?
I like to know more about that. TB Williams, yes. Okay, yeah. Williams has that lease option. How long? See, I know Williams' story a little intimately. That her monthly payment is a little high, so she's not going to be making any money on the monthly cash flow. How long should she? I don't want her doing a regular rental. Right. The lease option is going to give her that down payment.
Right. Oh well, man, you can take the down payment, which is between 5 and 10 usually. A down
She
payment.
got a $180,000 house. Nice.
Shoot, that should be more than that, huh?
Yeah, well, between 5 and 10, I think that's fair.
From there, I don't see you losing right there. You got a lump sum up front.
Get the lump sum.
So you're not losing.
If you just broke even everywhere.
Yeah, and you just broke even. If you did it with an investor, then you can take it back if you want to. But hopefully, an investor, they're gonna be more solid than a regular homeowner. So they're owner occupant. So you should shouldn't be worrying about anything on the back end.
Forever Noble, what was you guys' first exit strategy when you entered real estate? I'll let you hit that first, D.
First exit strategy? Wholesaling. Wholesaling was the exit. To me, getting into an end buyer, that was my first only strategy I even knew. What was your first exit strategy? Yeah, wholesaling. I get it.
Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I get it. I go in and go in as the buyer, lock it down for a set price. My exit strategy, wholesaling. And matter of fact, he said my first exit strategy, which my first deal was crazy because the very first deal I supposed to have wholesaled it, but I decided to rehab it and then it went crazy.
You shouldn't have done it, right?
I never.
Is that Kilby?
Yeah, that's Kilby.
I remember
Kilby,
that.
nickname Kill Me. Everything.
Driving Tell them, give us a 30-second snapshot of Kilby. Driving and
Driving an hour because I didn't even get it close to me. Contractor.
it was a rehab. A rehab that you should have hosted.
A rehab that I should have wholesaled. That would have been easy to wholesale. So many people wanted it. So the reason I rehabbed it because so many people wanted it from me. I said, if so many people want it from me, I got to do this myself.
You fell into the greed trap.
Yeah, I fell into the. I was, what? And people was like, "Hey, how much for that property? How much for that property? How much for that property? How much for that property?" I was like, "Wait a minute. Everybody want this property. I'm gonna figure out how to do this myself.
Renovate it yourself.
Yeah,
As a newbie.
That's how I got my first $500,000 loan from Allen.
Oh.
It was, but hey, he got me the money. That's all I needed.
He was a broker.
Yeah, he was a broker, but
Right.
it wasn't nothing that. It was nothing that. It wasn't none of their fault. They didn't do anything wrong. It was just I didn't know all the details about rehabbing. So
you hear that? Listen, class. Listen.
I paid it off, yeah, but not with that. Well, all the headaches that went through was crazy. The contractor, for instance, I didn't know anything about paying a contractor. Not paying. Yeah, after work was done, I didn't know nothing about that. He just told me I needed X amount of dollars up front. I paid it to him. Oh yeah. He just said I need X amount of dollars up front, and I paid it to him. Exactly what he said. And you know what I thought in my head? I know he probably thinking different in his head, but what I thought in my head was, if I give a man exactly what he wants, he's gonna do the job exactly like it should be done. If I don't argue with him about anything he wants, he's gonna do it exactly the way I want.
You're living by the golden rule. Do unto others as they would do unto you.
Oh my God, that was the wrong thing. Anyway, he blew my money. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up with a half of a rehab. I had to hustle to get another investor to come in with me to help me finish it.
All right.
You know, it was a bunch of that.
Strategy. So I'm glad Forever Noble.
But I should have wholesaled it.
Forever Noble, I'm glad you were asking. This is what I love about real estate, the language. What exit strategies? Right. Now you're understanding. You're talking our language. Wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
I started out wholesale. Delawrence, what do you think about the philosophy of if you can make money without money, then you can make money with money?
Oh, definitely. I've made, not made, but I've at least done a lot of deals with no dollars.
And this is referring to wholesaling.
Wholesaling, no dollars, no earnest money deposits, no nothing. Just go in and find it and wholesale it, and with 100% return.
So you're thinking regarding Forever Noble's question? We started off wholesaling because we learned how to provide value to the marketplace without having any money. I'm just speaking for myself. We provided. What do you think about the philosophy of I'm going to provide value to the marketplace without having any money first before I try to go out there and spend money on a renovation?
That's the easiest strategy. It's the most cost. You don't have to have much money at your pocket.
Risk,
yes, definitely risk. I mean, I'm going with the low risk all day. First,
Forever Noble, listen. Yeah, go.
Hey, look, the no risk is the best one, man. You can do this with really no money. If you find another wholesaler that has something and you have a buyer, then you can link the buyer up that wholesaler property. That's no money out of pocket, man, for real.
It's a wholesale.
Simple, just like that. Even just find a wholesaler. You not using no marketing money. All you did was go to Craigslist or something and find a wholesaler that had a property.
Yeah. We buy houses sign.
Call we buy houses sign. Usually they got some type of inventory. You have a buyer already ready to buy, and all you gotta do is link it up. And you didn't spend no money.
So we're talking about wholesaling. The exit strategy for Forever Noble. For my family members that don't know what exit strategy is, that is the profit center where we get paid, we get out of the deal.
Yeah. So you get in the deal, locking it under contract, now you're in the deal. Once you put it under contract, you're in the deal. And then your contract has your little contingencies in it or whatever, how you're gonna get out of it and things, and then you just work it from there.
Gotcha.
To exit out of the deal.
Wholesaling, I would say wholesaling.
Wholesaling. That's not.
Where can I, Danny Ramos, where can I apply for a loan at Haskins Capital Funding? I will loan this man money. I have no problems loaning Lawrence Johnson money. Danny, send me an email. What you got? I charge $100 just to look at the deal. So we'll look at it. Collecting the balance of my option fee, TB Williams.
In 6 months.
If buyer can get the loan.
If buyer can't get a loan.
Hold up. Collect the balance of your option fee. I don't understand that. I want the balance of the option fee when they move in.
Yeah, because now if they don't pay it, and then if they don't pay you the rest of your money,
you tear the house up.
And you tearing the house up, you stuck.
You stuck like Chuck.
Yeah. Ew.
Williams. Oh Lord, please get that money before the people move in. If I hear that you letting people move in without getting that money up front, I'm gonna
choke yourself.
Where's my knife?
Choke yourself. You better not do that.
Just go upstairs and kill yourself. Just go kill yourself. Williams, you better not be letting collect the option fee in 6 months.
No. Now let's
tell your shit.
What you can like.
Looks like she's got somebody moving in
over time.
Yeah.
Or at least they got to pay something up front, like $1,000, $2,000,
more than that. Yeah, $3,000 at least. Celeste, hey, North Carolina. TB Williams, you better let me know how much you're getting up front. Williams, how much are you getting up front, and what is the balance? Because usually, from my experience, I want a deep answer. The least option buyers can't qualify in 6 months.
No. Oh, they talking about 6 months. Heck no. They did not qualify in 6 months. I don't know who's going to qualify in 6 months. If they qualify in 6 months, they might well wait.
Get a loan, go buy it. If you, yeah. We're laughing lovingly, Williams. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing lovingly with you because we have heard these stories. Oh God!
Yes.
How many times have I heard? You let me move in for $1,000, $2,000. I give you $3. I give you.
Man, hey, this is people's business, so you're gonna run into everything.
Oh my Lord!
Everything.
Thank you so much for sharing, Janine. Education, my mission is to raise your financial literacy. Yes. I'd like to hear more about
Aaron.
Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Derek wants to know Williams. Williams, let me bring you in. Matter of fact, let's do a case study. Williams, I'm going to call you up now. Tamara, I'm going to call you right now. You're going to come on with us. TB. Tamara, what's your Gmail? Is this it?
I like to hear more.
TBW. Williams, I'm gonna call you right now. Let me bring you in so we can do a live case study. This is cool.
Man, I love this little hangout thing.
I'm telling you, isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
Does it make me look bad?
I think my favorite Jimmy.
TB Williams, what is your Gmail? TB Williams, do you have a Gmail? Go ahead and download.
Oh, they say they put $1,500 down and the balance.
I want to bring you in on live so we can bring you in. Tamara, what's your Gmail, Tamara? Put it in there. I'll find it. Hold on a second.
All right.
Oh, here it is. Drink break. Good. Let me see if I can get Williams on the phone on the horn class.
Uh-oh. Live? Ain't gonna bust one live? What?
This is cool, right?
Yeah, man. That is dude.
Oh, you got Tamara. I can't call you on. Let me see. I gotta send an invite. Let me see if I can call Tamara. I'm gonna try one more time. I just got your text message, but I can't. This is what we do. This is what we do. We live in this world, class.
That's great.
We live in this world. You got a Gmail, TB Williams? Go ahead and hit it. If I can't. I can't call you on the phone. I got to do it. I want to know. Oh, you want to do a voicemail phone? Let's do that. I'm gonna get Williams on the phone. We'll do a voicemail.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, TB Williams, what up, Duke? Hey, you got a Gmail or no?
Yeah, I do.
What's your Gmail?
Okay. I gotta figure out how to send it.
Just tell it to me right now. You don't. Okay, yo, okay. Well, I'm sorry. If you don't want, if you want to keep it private, we can do that. I'll talk to you later. Well, I'm live now. I'm live, so everybody can hear you on the internet. But if you want to do it private, I'll. Okay, cool. All right. So we want to know. Tell me about the down payment.
Okay, so here's the deal. This person is a distant relative. Like I said before.
Distant relative.
So,
Okay.
what we did was, me and my husband, we could take less of a down payment up front because this person is supposedly to be able to qualify for the program that is going to pay all the closing costs, all the fees.
Is that NACA thing you was talking about?
The NACA program.
Gotcha.
And she's already enrolled. She's already, already ready to go. Her appointment is in about a half. So she's able to get her in between 90 days and 6 months now.
So they're already approved for the loan. What is the problem that they aren't approved? Why can't they buy today?
Credit addiction. NACA does not have any credit. They don't base the loan on the credit. They base the loan on rental payment history.
Rental payment history. So why don't they have any rental payment history, TB Williams?
Well, they've been living with their parents. So,
living with their parents.
and my rental payment will go, and the last place that they rented will go. So here's the deal.
Her rental payment will be. They're going to use it.
That is the problem. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't always do things in the best way to make it. So if I knew then what I know now, I probably would not have agreed to do it.
Oh, man.
It is costly. I am taking an upfront hit, but at the end of the day, I will not extend her in these past 6 months if she does not pay that option for the 6 months. She will have to wait for it now. Another conversation.
Hold up.
But I'm hoping it doesn't go that far.
In 6 months, is they paying the balance? I got a question. In 6 months, are they paying the balance off already? Because you said they'll be qualified and they're going to buy the house in 6 months, right?
In 6 months, she'll be able to cash me out.
Well, for real, in 6 months, if they can cash you out in 6 months, the option payment don't matter.
Yeah, it don't even matter.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel. But in the event that she doesn't do what she needs to do, and she has to agree, she will take my option fee at that point so I can
What's going on?
Well, I wouldn't let the option fee stop you from getting the total amount. Like even if they didn't have the option fee at the 6 month point, but then they was fully qualified to buy the house at that point.
I wouldn't even care about that.
I wouldn't care about the option fee. Just cash me out and add the option fee.
I'm not really doing that. I'm not really doing that as a new investor, right?
Well, the thing is, I want to make sure that we understand. You got somebody that's willing to give you a $1,500 today to move in.
Well, she altogether she believes $1,500.
She what? Hang it up, wait.
Altogether, she's giving me $1,500 to come in.
$1,500.
What about the monthly payment?
Her monthly payment is going to be short until she can get that loan.
Oh,
it's not going to be the full payment. She's willing to pay up to $1,100.
How much? How short?
What's your monthly payment is what?
It's 13.
So we're getting $1,500 down.
Right.
We're getting $1,100 the first month when she moves in. So she's got 15 plus 11 to move in the front door.
Hopefully. Hopefully this clears out by next week. Yeah, that's the way we should go.
Hold up, Williams, I ain't following you. What do you mean, hopefully?
Well, we all know when everybody's gonna go, but they're fine.
So you don't know until she's.
So with the funds. Yeah, I feel you.
I see.
Like, unless you show up to the funds, who knows till the money comes? I get it.
Right.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I get it.
Listen,
That's real though.
You You got to tell me what to do.
Williams, you know I don't want to give you a hard time. You know I love you, dog.
Well, tell me what to do. Because you have children taking applications, and there has been other people who inquired as well.
So you have other people that wants this property or interested?
That has inquired. She put a hold in fee, so we have to give her the opportunity of being sold next week.
Non-refundable.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you put a holding fee, but she don't have all of the deposit.
Well, right.
She
If
paid
she
the
does
whole
it,
fee.
and then someone else is qualified, so we have the option of going with someone else.
Yeah, I had to think about that. Yeah. I don't want that NACA thing. Williams, that NACA thing is so cool because we don't know if she's going to qualify in 6 months. Hopefully she will.
Hopefully. And I never even heard of that program.
It's something new.
I'd love to hear more about it because they're just using the rent to qualify somebody to buy the house.
She hit me on to this.
Yeah. I went with her to the workshop and everything. The director in our area, we've been keeping close contact. So
Yeah, she on
they're
that.
going to work with her.
That's
She
in
on
the
that.
757?
Mm-hmm. We on that.
What?
Something new, yeah.
Hey, you just put me on something new.
Well, yeah, I'll give you the information.
All
You
right.
can put it in the chat box there, yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
Williams, let me think
Thanks.
about this one. Yeah, when did the people want to move in?
You know, I got to give her the opportunity. And then if she doesn't, do what she needs to do, at least now I know how to move on to get more out of this deal.
What you mean? Time is ticking. Your monthly payment is due in 7 days.
Since I know that this is a learning curve for me.
I'm not done. Oh, you're right. Let me change my tone. When I talk to you, I'm thinking that you are an extension of me.
Right.
So every month I think about income and outgo.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, how can we? I think she took it a little personal.
How much
friend?
how much outgoing?
No, I'm talking about you got a friend, you got a family member moving in, which kind of goes outside of the realm that Delawrence and I are operating in.
Because I won't. With that, you got just had the feelings in there, and usually it's all about the numbers.
Emotions.
Yeah.
You can't just dog out people.
But I am learning to have less emotions and more about the numbers because you have to help me with that.
But you got a family member,
I mean, it's good to help people. I mean, I can't even say nothing about helping people. I'm forever helping people.
You can't feel about too much. DB helping people. I'm like, you crazy.
I hurt myself to help people sometimes, so I can't say anything bad about helping somebody, especially a family member. But I mean, you just gotta be smart about it and know you can't hurt yourself.
Right.
Don't hurt yourself too much that you can't move. That's the help you can't. You can only help people so far, but if it stops your growth.
Well, she got that payment coming up in January. When is the lady? We don't even know when she's ready to move in.
Oh, next week.
Okay, she's ready. All right. Well, first of the year, I say let's attack this again first of the year, Tamara.
Okay.
And then as long as she got the money to move in, and when you meet with her,
So
you
that
need to be
payment.
stern. You gotta be stern. Like, look, I got this mortgage payment, and tell her I'm losing money every month. I would tell them that.
Yeah, you got and because it is family, you might have to be more stern with family than anything else, because family will take advantage of you
just because you're
faster than a stranger would.
That's right. But tell them you're losing money every month, so you're doing this. I tell people, look, I'm doing this because your family. I'm losing money, so I need you to do what you say you do. All right.
That's what I said. I told them they know what's going down. That's why I'm only doing it for a short amount of time, within 6 months.
Good.
After that, I'm looking forward to cashing it, purchasing. Because if they can't purchase at that point, then we have to, we have to come to some other kind of arrangement.
Yeah.
All right, Williams, we gone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
God bless you.
See ya.
So Williams, you got a unique situation. Stephen Clark, who are you?
Who are we?
Who are we? This is Chris Haskins with the realestateroundup.com. Make sure you subscribe, like the content. We are here answering. Taylor, let Missy out there. Let Missy, she crying. We are here to help. My mission is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. I'm hanging out with my boy, Delawrence Johnson. What up, D? Today we're just talking about all things 2019 and real estate. I'd like to hear more about. Okay, Derek, we talked about the TB Williams. Hit the like, guys. Please give us a thumbs up. People always coming to Brian. People coming to you for loans. You do need new friends.
I'm just kidding.
D, you tell about D. You be hanging out with. Can I say it, or I'd rather keep it close?
I hang out with everybody, man.
D hangs out with everybody.
Yeah, I keep my ear to the street. I get leads for the street.
That's true. I won't blast you.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hang out with people that may need the money. May not have money.
Brian, you plan on starting using the BRRRR? Yes, method. That is buy, rent, rehab, renovate, and refinance. I would do that too. Great way to make money. House hacking, one of the best ways to do it. Infotech, 20 years. Repossession, 4 years. Newbie. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Derek, Speaks, you got some? Anybody got a deal they want to go over? Derek, anybody got a deal they want to go over? Williams, yeah. Real estate math. Which state do you guys operate in?
Oh, you know, in my BA.
Virginia.
BA.
JP Alfred. Let's pull you. JP Alfred, you got a deal to go over? Anybody got a deal we'll go over? We'll crunch it down live.
Okay, JP Alfred said you want to go live.
All right, Jay, let's see what you got. I'm going to bring you in, dogs.
It's a lot of questions of it, man.
JP Alfred.
I didn't notice how many people. And it's Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
I get my days mixed up. How many people on a Saturday want to talk about real estate?
Jay, what's your email? Send your email. We'll bring you in. CG Invest for Sacramento would like to get started in investing. What recommendations would you suggest for somebody in Sacramento? D? I can coach in Sacramento. That ain't nothing. What do you think?
Look at my mentor. Oh shoot! And there are
real estate is global.
Yeah, man.
Shit don't matter where you live.
How's Jay? Chris can mentor you over here. Yeah, it don't matter where you're at, unless you just want somebody to go inside the rehab with you that live.
Type your email address in D. In want to catch you too. I gotta pee.
In Sacramento. All right.
Let me tell you what good is. I guess
I'm giving you my email address. You hit me up. I'm just making sure my stuff is correct.
I guess he was mad at me. And he said, I'm gonna get you. No.
Yes. Yeah, educate yourself. Chris, I'm my live chat. If you like button, there, Greece, educate yourself in the legal ways of investing in California. There are things that you're unable to do without a license in California that I can do in North Carolina without one. That's true. Yeah, you got to educate yourself in each state. Everybody has a little something different. So educate yourself or asking a lawyer in your state about going over your contracts is cool because they do have little small rules here and there for each state. But you can wholesale everywhere. Say it again. I just went to oh man, right now I'm about to. Okay. I just want to make sure my
You gotta go.
Okay, yeah, hold up.
Good. Good Lord.
Needs. There you go. You know.
All right, class. Shit, you can be a mentor anywhere, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had some giants in my town. Mike Cheatwood and all these scrubs. Nick, what up, Nick? Hey, welcome. Derek, educate yourself in the legal ways of investing in California. That's true. I heard there are a bunch of things you can't do Without a license. Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I was just telling them a lot of different states sometimes have different things, so you need to go at least go to the lawyer and ask them to read over the contract right quick. And that don't cost much, just to make sure you're good.
That's not to say that you can't get a contract from online, though.
Oh yeah, you can get always they work.
That's what I got. Real estate math. Which state are we in? Virginia?
Yeah,
Luxury car store. NACA has been around for years. I didn't know that shit.
that's
new to me.
surprising. Like what NACA stand for? Hey, what does NACA stand for? Anybody can tell me on this?
I'm sorry, as far as
I lost it.
yeah, this thing is challenging.
That's a lot of questions coming down, man. There's a lot of people saying things.
As far as what, like the contract, email me if you want contract subject to lease option, my deal insurance, or my land trust. I sent you the email. Okay, JAB outfit. Who are you? I just said that. Which state? We're in Virginia. You're welcome, Derek. You're welcome. No deals at the moment. We're gonna talk about deals. Is it a Gmail handle? NACA's website. Just go to NACA. 1988. Good God.
1988. How am I that far off on this thing?
DMAC. Have we done deals in California? No. I have coached people to do deals out there, but I haven't done it.
No, I haven't either. Are you in New York City?
That's it. Okay, D. So we're gonna kind of wind down a little bit. I got so much to talk to you about, man.
Yeah.
God, so much. So you
Hey, one thing out there, if you new, make sure you're being productive and not doing a whole bunch of busy work.
What do you mean by that, D?
Busy work is for me, it's just work that seems busy, but you're not really moving towards the actual goal. When I'm talking about focus on things that's gonna make you money like as fast as possible. Like for instance, looking for deals and submitting offers.
That's positive.
Yeah, I mean submitting offers more and more. It's so much that could be busy work, man. I mean, like. Oh man,
getting business cards, getting your LLC. Would you think that's busy work, D?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, again, think about what name your company should be under. I hear that so many times, like it really matters. Like, shit don't.
I got my name.
I got my name. Like nobody. It don't matter, man.
Every
time people talk about a name, like put whatever. I don't care. Make whatever LLC you want. Like I don't care about the name or land trust.
I want you to get close to a check.
Yeah, it's all about the check, man. Let's see, more busy work, man. It's
all right. Don't do busy work.
Don't do a bunch of busy work. It's out there. Websites.
What do you think about the habits of wealthy that we invest first and spend what's left, as opposed to spending and then investing what's left? D?
Oh.
The wealthy, we invest first and spend what's left, as opposed to the poor spend and then invest what's left.
Well, that's how the poor. I mean, I've been poor forever. I know that the first thing I'm doing is spending first, and then that's the first thing I was doing. So I understand that concept, man. Yeah, if you take that money and try and go ahead and invest it, and then spend what you got left, the investment money is going to grow. The other money that you're spending is just going to be gone. So you might as well take that money and try to make the most money work for you as possible. That's basically what that's even talking about. You need all your soldiers working, employed, yeah. And I mean, of course you're gonna spend, man. Everybody, you gotta enjoy life. Period. That's how I feel, man. That new rich philosophy. The new rich is live it as you live in. Like enjoy it as you live in. That's the new rich. Not like try to save forever, and then when you're 72, you're gonna go out there and try to go to Jamaica when you can barely walk. Yeah, you gotta live while you're living. So, but invest in that money, man, and making that money work, you'll be able to do more stuff.
So take more trips. Nice. All right. So people that are scared to fail, Delawrence, what would you say for people that are scared to fail that are getting in the business? I'm just scared that I'm gonna fail.
First of all, you can't be scared to fail. If you're an entrepreneur, if you even thinking about being an entrepreneur, you can't be scared to fail. Like that can't be in your vocab. And failing shouldn't even be in your mind. Period.
But
Scared
they're
to
gonna fail.
fail.
I mean, it's inevitable.
You're gonna make mistakes, period. That's why you try to get a mentor to make the least mistakes as possible. Okay? But you're gonna make mistakes if you try doing it on your own. But you can't be scared to make that mistake. That is nothing but a lesson that you're gonna be using to be stronger for the next deal. I mean, I can't even
I wish we could do a documentary on all the mistakes we've made.
yeah, I just say I made so many mistakes in the past that it made me stronger to not care about failing because adversity. Yeah, it just made me stronger. It really things you can't run away from. I found myself in positions that I can't run away from. I have to fight through it and I have to make it happen. It made me stronger. I mean, maybe earlier when I was younger, maybe I ran, tried to run away from some small problems. But then when you get into real estate, you owing all these people big money
Stealing your heat pump,
and they
stealing your
and
funds.
people stealing stuff. And I mean, oh my gosh, trustworthy people is a shark's world out here, man. It's just,
What question you got for me? Do you got anything you want me to answer for you?
oh man.
What do you think about money being an effect? Money being an effect.
Oh, money being
Other
an
than a cause.
effect.
We're talking about cause and effect. Money is the effect of the cause that you're doing. What do you think about that quote from Earl Nightingale?
Man, that is super truth because it's like you planting the seed and then it grows and you harvest what you planted. I mean, whether it's in education, you plant the seed, education.
What if it's weeds and ignorance? Is that going to be your effect of
That
the cause that you're planting?
Yes. Like if you just
I'm being dead ass, man.
Hey, what's that? The reality shows. If you planting seeds of reality TV in your head, out of not HGTV, I like educational type stuff, but I'm talking about just gibberish.
Real Housewives.
Real Housewives. I mean, I ain't gonna take nothing away from the shows because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's entertaining. That's what it is. But it is just for entertainment. Remember that. So if you gonna fill your head up with it, I don't know how you gonna grow from that. It's just stuff you gotta plant. You gotta plant. Grow seeds? I don't know. You gotta grant something that with some substance in your head to be able to move above where you at. That's
your
just straight up.
mind is like fertile ground where you can plant weeds or seeds.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah, and please, I like Nightingale. That Earl Nightingale? Yeah, I read a lot of inserts from him. And one of the inserts I liked a lot was not comparing yourself to other people or comparing yourself, period. Like you live your own path. That was from Earl Nightingale.
Yes, only compare yourself to a better you.
Yeah. And it actually made me even look at things different because in the past I have like, okay, I'm this age, I should be here, or I'm
wow.
whatever, and I should be here, or my peers are here, I should be here.
It's a big one.
It's just, you look at TV and you see people there that you think you should be there. Somebody driving this, you think you should be there.
That's right.
It's just like, don't compare. You are you. And you're going to be you, and you're going to go do your own path. And that's what I got from, that's one of the points from Earl Nightingale that I got that I really like.
Try to be a better you.
I took it to heart.
JP, what's your email? Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Okay, JP, you coming in. My bad. Good gracious. Y'all screaming at me. I wonder if you could scream JP at LEAPRIDES.
You put me on something new now. We about to call somebody.
Yeah, we can see what you got. JP, we see what you got. JP, you might want to download Google Hangouts and you might want to get a Gmail. I don't know if I can call you on you got your private site here. Or Gmail handle. I don't know what that is. JP, I'm hailing you right now.
It's a Gmail handle?
What does that mean?
That's a good one. You might explain that one for me because I'm not understanding. It is a Gmail handle.
JP at LEA. Come on. JP, you might want to. Oh, what up? Hey, there he is.
Wait a minute.
JP.
Oh, wow.
What up, dog?
Okay.
Hold on. There's a double feedback. There's a double feedback loop, so let me cancel out the.
I'm gonna turn myself down. How's that?
All right. It was on my end, the double feedback. No worries. Perfect.
How you doing, young brother?
Good. Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
This is
By
so
what
cool.
I meant, the email is under a Gmail account. It's just my own name, so you could still do Hangouts and everything else like that.
That's cool. Cool. Tell me a little bit about what you got going on, bro.
All right. So I have a real estate investor out of New York and whatnot who takes time to guide me and mentor me on a couple of different things. But again, I'm in sector specific work in IT, software development, et cetera, et cetera. I got pretty good business experience, but again, you never walk into a situation thinking that you know everything. I always look at it like I'm the dumbest guy in the room, and you got to walk away with something that you can learn no matter what. So in this situation, I think I got the idea of what to do, but it's one thing to read about swimming, and it's another thing to actually get in the pool, and it's another. So in this case.
Say that again. Say that again. Repeat that, man. Repeat that.
It's another thing to read about swimming and then actually getting in the pool.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
Yeah, I like that.
I got to steal that one, man. You damn.
No worries. Knowledge is free. So I've built a couple of, in parlance to your questions from before, I've built a couple of ride hail companies that actually took on Uber, and basically made them really, really successful to the point where they went for acquisitions and whatnot. And I always got the short end of the totem pole, if you can understand that.
Wow.
I made my money. Don't get me wrong. I definitely made my money. But again, like you were talking about, your friend on the side there, he was like, when you get that money, you spend it and you don't know what to do. You make stupid decisions. Like I'm dead broke right now, but January coming around is going to be different. But there was a point in time where I was making upwards of $80,000 a week in cash, like just pure money coming in. So
cash without a plan is just trash.
Yeah, it's just
trash.
Yeah. So at the same time, like you said, you want to travel. I definitely traveled. Like if somebody asked me, the other day, like, do you regret it? And I was like, no. I was like, if I had to ride the lightning, I'd do it again.
Yeah,
because I had so much fun. But at the same time, like you were saying, there's no such thing as failure. At least that's the way I look at it. You learn. So I learned, which is the key thing. And I never want to be in the situation that I've been in, because after building these startups, I was hit with a non-compete where I couldn't do business for myself for 2 years in that sector. So literally, when you're going from making all this money and you think it's never going to stop, and then it stops just like that, you're like, what do I do?
You don't know. How old are you? How old are you, JP?
35.
Okay. Oh.
So I'm coming out of my non-compete, and I have, in relation to the question that I told you with the $20 million, the city of New York has a really large program that I'm bidding on, and I've been selected as the finalist. So the cash flow from that, it's over $500 million over the next 5 years. So to be able to finance the contract, again, let me not confuse you into thinking that I'm getting $500 million, especially for the viewers.
That's gross. That's gross. That's gross.
It's the revenue that's coming in is going to be well over $500 million. However, of course, we're going to wreak our profit from that. The key thing that I want to understand is what are the pitfalls in using the line of credit that I'm going to be given in order to flip that into real estate. So, for example, my idea around structuring it was this: you have the company, which exists, of course, which has the contract. Under the bank's terms, listen, JP, you have a $20 million line of credit that you can tap, or you can have a $50 million. Realistically, it's more like $50 million because the burn rate per quarter is $45 million. Okay, so I took out an additional $5 million just in case for float, just in case. So what I do is I want to be able to peg 20 million of that line of credit and be able to use it to buy multiple properties. and again, you guys probably already know, but more so for your viewers, you have your A, your B, and your C level properties. I'd rather go with the C level properties because they're going to generate the cash flow for me. Like you were saying before, in regards to risk, right? People think that they have a job and they're getting paid and they have savings. To me, I look at that, knowing what I know now, that's 100% risk. Just like this contract, it's 100% risk. Because if I lose that, then you're done. So I have a key philosophy: no business that you have should ever be more than 20%. Right? Anything more than 20%, you know, if you lose it, it could wipe out half your business. So you definitely want to diversify. So in this case, since I'm going to be generating money from this contract, to me, I look at that like that's 100% risk. So I have other businesses that I'm going to have on the side, but I want to make sure that I have real estate in the bag because I want that real estate money to be able to generate cash flow for me no matter what. And at a minimum, the way I look at it, whatever money that comes in from the real estate, that's the money that I'm actually earning. The money from the business really isn't anything to me. Like I look at that, like that's 100% risk, and you shouldn't look at that like that's income. You should look at your investment money as your actual income. So like you were talking about passive income, there's really no such thing as passive income. Like you gotta actively manage it, and you gotta make sure, like no matter what, that it's constantly coming in. So it's always going to be active no matter what. So I'm definitely not at the ground level when it comes to investments and understanding cash flow, P&Ls, balance sheets, and whatnot. It's just a matter of I want to make sure that I look at the deal backward and forward and understand how am I going to be generating this cash? How am I going to manage it? That's the other key portion of it, because again, it's about learning from your mistakes and managing that money. So I'm okay with paying the management company the X percent that I'm going to have to pay in order to manage the property, but I want to make sure that at a bare minimum, I'm managing the management company because I don't need them.
Yeah. That's why I want to ask you, what is your experience with hiring B2B? Tell me about, I know you said you got contracts. Are you hiring employee personally, or are you hiring companies that are hiring the employee? Tell me your experience with that.
So under direct management, I've directly managed over 100 people in cross regions. So I've managed them here in.
So you're personally.
Yeah, personally, I've managed them and hired them here in New York and also the UK and also in Israel. So I've managed people
over the internet. This VA.
Literally, yeah. I mean, sometimes I'd have to bounce from region to region, and we go there and do because you definitely want to have a face besides what's on the screen. You want to actively manage. So every quarter or so, we bounce around and go to different places. But for right now, with this company that I'm building up, that I'm standing up here in January, it's also going to be the same thing where we direct hire, and we'll do that. I don't like going to the outside agency, only unless it's very, very specific things.
So you have
for
experience.
example.
You got experience with it. I just want to make sure you got experience with it.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah. We're definitely with vetting people, understanding what their capabilities are, reading people, understanding who it is that they are, and not necessarily, I'm never looking, when I ask a question, 9 times out of 10, I already know the answer to it. I just want to see how you answer it. I don't really care about the right answer or wrong answer. I care about
You're attorney at heart. They already know the answer. They will see what you're gonna say.
Yeah. But it's not really what they're gonna say. It's how they say, what their thought process around how they come up to their answer. Because everybody's gonna be wrong, even me. But I need to know how you think, and I think that's the same way with the management company. I need to know what their process is, how they plan on managing these properties, what's the revenue that they're going to do, what are they going to do to maximize the revenue. Again, because if I want to charge $1,200 for you, like you were saying, everybody wants to own an apartment building, right? It's sort of, to me, that example, that's like a dog chasing cars. You know, you're barking, but once the dog gets the car, you don't know what to do with it. So it's definitely one of those things that I want to make sure that I'm not a dog chasing cars in that case. So
what do you do when you get it?
Yeah, I'm not looking to necessarily go out and say, yeah, I want to buy this 20-unit apartment building just like that. Because again, to me, that's the same philosophy in business. That apartment building is 100% risk. If it burns down, you have nothing. So I'd much rather spread my diversify.
You got insurance if it burns down.
That's totally fine. But again, I don't pay for a headache. Like I totally get that I got insurance, but the way I look at it is I want to diversify everything, and that's in real estate too.
Why would you want to? I don't know. Hey, JP, we're just meeting each other. We're just talking about different philosophies and exploring options. Why do you want to diversify? Like I don't know if I like the philosophy of you diversifying when we talk about real estate in general. Now, when you say diversifying, we talk about business, real estate contracts. Is that what you mean by diversifying?
No, in this case, I'm talking about sector specific, which is going to be in real estate. And the way I look at it, I break up real estate into a couple of different baskets. You have commercial real estate, you have residential real estate, and then you have tier 2 residential real estate, which is going to be your mix of commercial and residential. So to me, I mix them up in those 3 baskets. So if you have, like, for example, New York, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Let's take New York, for example. New York has a lot of type 2 real estate where you have residential on top, and then at the bottom, you have some kind of mixed use. So essentially, I look at that and say, okay, well, that's a good thing. How much cash is it bringing in? You know, what's the cap rate on that? What am I going to get? I'm not necessarily looking to come in and purchase a house for $350 and be like, hey, look, I got an investment property for $350. Like, that doesn't do anything if it's only bringing me $2,000 a month in mortgage payments. And the majority of that's not even going to me, it's going to the bank. So I'm not really looking to do that. So I'd rather go with the $40,000, $50,000 property that generates $900 a month. That to me is low risk and high yield for the long term.
So, all right, good. Do you want to
He didn't have a question though. It was like on stage.
No. It's definitely a question. Definitely questions. With that line of credit, what would you do in terms of execution to buy those basket of goods or those basket of properties?
He said with the line of credit, what would you do to buy the lump sum of properties? What would you invest in? Is that what you're saying? Like, what particularly would you invest in if you had that much cash?
It's not necessarily. I think when you go with those type of multiples and that type of yield, yes, it is what type, but I'm not necessarily. I could care less about really what type. I care more about the cash flow that's being generated from it. Because again, I don't care if it's being used as a landfill. What do I care? As long as it's generating me cash flow, hey, I don't care. Wow. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at appreciation necessarily. If it appreciates, good. That's like, yeah, that's level B to me. If it appreciates, that's even better. But I'm more so looking at steady cash flow.
Wow. I mean, if it's single families, I'm like $400 to $500 positive cash flow, single families.
Well, he's
rental,
yeah.
Or if you're doing like duplexes, I'm looking like.
I don't think he even cares.
Nope, I really don't. I'm literally asking you for your opinion on what you guys would do. You know, you got this $20 million line. What are you gonna do with it?
Shoot. Well, long term, I would definitely buy properties and lease option them out to other investors, so you wouldn't have to worry about.
I would turn into the bank.
Yeah, I would definitely turn into the bank. Like, I would either do that, or I would even loan it to other investors to do some rehabs, because you got a good little bit of money.
So
you'll make money off the money just by lending it out, which is great if you lend it to experienced people. It can just come back to you, and residual wise, buying some properties, at least option it back to investors. Then you don't have the rental headache. So now you just get money just coming in.
You are the bank. Yeah, you know what, man?
The bank, man.
I'm trying to think. Wow, you talking about, what type of hands-on are you going to be? I can't answer this until I know how active are you going to be in this.
So realistically, for me to tell you that I'm going to be completely active is a lie. I can't be completely active because literally as this contract spins up, it's literally 24/7. Like, I have to be hands-on for this. So I can't devote 50% of my time to this or 50% of my time to that. It has to be hands-on. So that's why I said I need a management company no matter what. But I need to know the business 100% in and out. That way, when the management company comes to me with a situation, I'm not looking and trying to guess what the response should be. I'm telling them, hey, this is what your reaction is going to be. This is what I want you guys to do. So I'm not interested in trying to learn the hard way and as situation comes up. But again, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face.
Usually management companies step in after you bought the property. Like, you buy the property, then you hire the management company to come in and handle the property.
Unless there's one already on there.
Yeah, and in your situation, if you have a lump sum of money, you should get with people like Chris or me to actually put it together because you say you don't have the time. Your time is going to be over here doing your work right here. So you have to have somebody experienced to be able to run the work, the money.
So how
and
about
the management company itself is not going to do that because they're not going to go out and find the property for you. They're not going to they're not going to do none of that extra stuff.
No,
only investors
the management company is after the fact. I'm definitely not looking for the management company to help me out in purchasing. I'm looking for them to take over a possible headache that I don't want on my plate. So basically, I want all the ice cream without the weight gain. I understand 100% of the way that you need to, as Chris said, you need to actively manage it. Like period, the end. That I have time for that. I don't have time to go and make sure that Chris pays his rent. I don't have time for that. That's what you got the management company for, to make sure the trash is taken out and stuff like that. What I need to understand is, okay, you have let's say 10 different properties. And one of the things, Chris, I don't know if you know about this, Trump signed into law the Investment Opportunity Act, where you have these opportunity zones. So it's deferred on the capital gains. So there's this website that they have where you could look at all the opportunity zones and where they're at. So I've been looking at those opportunities. You said what?
Like hub zones, old hub zones?
I don't know if that's the website or whatnot, but I know I bookmarked the website. Give me.
What's the site? I can put it on my own chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I had bookmarked it. Let me look it up. Bookmark.
Okay. You might not be able to put it on there.
Trump did something for investors. Trump an investor guy, though. You know what I'm saying? He going to do something for him.
It's enterprisecommunity.org.
Enterprisecommunity.org.
Yeah, it's enterprisecommunity.org. And it lists out all these opportunity zones. And from, like, for example, from a tax perspective, I already have a Wyoming corporation set up. I already have various corporations set up in Virginia, DC, and Maryland ready to go. So that way I could funnel the cash for tax efficiency purposes. But now that these opportunity zones came up, it's almost like you don't really need to.
Gotcha. We're going to have to, man, unfortunately, this may be, you know, for me, it's like once I got to a certain level in my career, I'm looking for more Delawrence Johnsons of the world, if you will. Because what my mentor taught me is that your money can work so much harder than you can.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't need to eat.
It doesn't sleep, and it can work anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It can work here, it can work there, it can work there while you doing whatever you need to do. I think you may have a personnel issue, man. You got a personnel issue, and you need to have not need to. I'm looking. If I were you, I look for guys like this dude, where I can just like, listen, what you got? You know, where can I sink X of dollars? Where can I sink this? Because you still got to make the decisions, JP. You got to make the decision where it's gonna go. Unless you're just gonna go out there and hire a Fidelity and let them do it. Which I don't know if that's. Are you that type of guy?
No. I fully understand that I'm going to need the people that are specific to the business, like you guys, right? To say, hey, JP, I got this deal, and here's what the price is, here's what my fee is, here's what I can look at a deal any day and understand what the long run curve is. I'm okay with short term loss as long as long term I'm not losing. So I could look at that. I don't need necessarily help with that, but I definitely don't have time to go on Zillow and to the courthouse to find deals. I don't have time for that shit. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't.
But I wouldn't either.
Yeah, like I just don't. But like you said, I am the bank in that situation. I didn't call myself that, but I understand that given that situation, that I would essentially be that bank. And again, if you can make money with people that look like you, like that also is a plus.
Do you have those alliances where you can, like, when you get to a certain stage in your career, man, you need to pick up the phone and call the X amount of dollar guy, you know, as opposed to pick all the numbers you have are
so
$1,000 guy or $2,000. You need to pick up all the $500,000 guy that's already managed. Do you have those alliances?
Yeah, I definitely do.
You with me?
I definitely do. Yeah, I agree with you. There's an old saying in investment management: never take advice from somebody that changes in the same locker room as you. So I totally get that. I totally get that. For example, one of my advisors is Richard Lafrac. If you know anything about Richard Lafrac, he's one of the top real estate people in New York. And without a doubt, he owns half of New York. He owns half of HBO, for example. So from an advisement standpoint, I have that, but those type of people, one of the things that not everybody understands, their accessibility is not fluid, and you can't just call them up for, you know, how do I change the light bulb type of thing. Like, they're used to understanding $50 million problems. They're not used to understanding $50,000 problems, and they're like, don't waste my time. Like, listen, I like you, kid. Don't waste my time.
Let me do this, man. Just in the concern of our time, I'm going to another graduation tonight.
Yeah.
I'll introduce you to one of my newsletter editors. Her name is Jessica Siegel. She's an attorney up there, brother. We work together. As a matter of fact, we talk every week. Beautiful person. She writes for my newsletter. She's a real estate attorney up there. Maybe we could put some ideas together for you, brother, and see how we can, you know, I would hate you know what's weird, JP? You could be on, I always try to do this fence analogy, right? This side of the fence, not enough capital. This side of the fence, too much capital. Which side of the fence you want to play on is both mad problems.
You're better. So that same analogy that you have, the same problems that you have when you're broke, you got the same problems when you have money. I'd much rather have the problems when I have money. That's how I look at it. So I'd rather be on that side of the fence. And that's what people don't understand. Like, literally for 2 years, I've spent my time in this room that's down here for literally 2 years building out an entire company. So
nice.
that pain versus going to work every day for 40 years for somebody else only to get fired and get a crap pension, I'm not willing to do that. More power to somebody else, I'm just not willing to do it. I'm just not. I'm just not. So I emailed you though.
You did? Okay. All right. I got to hook you up with Jessica Siegel. She's an attorney. Okay. She's my dog. She's up there. She's in a place called Wappinger Falls. You ever heard of that?
Upstate. Wappinger. Yep.
Wappinger. Yeah. She's the real deal. All right. JP. God bless you. What's your last thoughts you'd like to leave for my family, brother? What last thoughts you can leave?
The best thing that I could say is life's always going to be hard. It's not going to get no easier. So you might as well just keep pushing at the end of the day. Just keep going. All right? I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Peace.
Thank you. All
right. That was cool.
No. What do you think about that, dude?
No, stop now. What do you think about that,
cool.
man?
Are you
watching, babe?
That was nice.
My wife said, I ain't got time for that crap.
Oh, I don't even know where girl went.
She gone.
Did she go sleep? Oh.
She said, listen, I ain't got time for that.
We supposed to go see Christmas lights tonight.
Let's go. All right, we're gone, man.
You and Billy? She playing with Billy. Okay.
Black
hold
God.
Up. Hold up. You talking about vicious Billy?
Oh.
You talking about Billy that tried to bite my finger? You talking about Billy that tried to bite my 2 fingers off when I came in and tried to feed him? That Billy? I cannot believe this. Billy don't like me.
Black God, what should I do to get started as a newbie to this information to get moving towards my first deal? At the moment, at this point, I'm building up business credit. Oh my Lord, that business credit. Go ahead, D. D is good at this.
You are a newbie. And I want to put you on the secret right now that I'm using to find properties. But we're going to talk about that later.
You can email D or
that you're a newbie. Email me. You got my email up there. If you want to know about
you still got to give them some content, though. Give them some value, D.
Okay.
Never stop looking. Never stop
looking. What is this? This is what you need to do, man. You need to go out and start finding deals and start trying to contact people. I don't care if it's for sale by owner signs, the little ones, not the ones with the big houses already fixed up and all that. Get the sign, the for sale by owner signs that is, you probably got one of them and it's like a little red one in front of the door and the house look kind of messed up. Call those people, start making calls, start actually talking to sellers. I don't see that as busy work. When you talk to a seller, that is not busy work. That is, I might be getting a check soon type of work. All right. You need to start calling people. All right. You need to go wherever it is. It's a bunch of online I always talk about Craigslist because that's one. Back Pages is one, and there's a lot of other classified sites out there that you can just go to. Contact people that have properties. Talk to them because you got to practice on negotiating your negotiating skills. You need to shake the fear off of contacting sellers. You need to shake that off because I was nervous when I used to contact sellers because I was thinking that they might could see through the fact that I didn't know much and all that other stuff. You got to get through all these little fears that be stopping you from doing little stuff. So that's like the number one thing to do. Get over that. Talk to the sellers. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Don't be scared to talk to them. Get your list of questions that you got that you maybe got from Chris or maybe got from someone else. You got a list of questions you need to be asking them. Start doing that. Okay, and that's straight up like that is the work that make you money. Is talking to the seller. Like, I mean, you don't know who is in what situation at what time. It might be a house that look like it probably could not even go for a cash deal or whatever, and that person is in so much of a situation that they willing to just give it to you. You know, you don't know what these people are in, so you need to be talking to sellers. I mean, I'm brand new, I'm talking to sellers. Get in front of the sellers. I mean, if you don't have no money, ride around.
Get in your car.
Get in your car. Find a for sale by owner signs and talk to them. Start asking people. If you $0, start asking people that's around you in the coffee shop, anywhere. You got any problems? I'm trying to buy it, and call signs straight up.
That's a good point.
And you got to just start doing that from the jump, and then from there you're gonna go from there to then you're gonna start trying to analyze the property because now you gotta see if it works or not. Because so now you're getting practice on talking to sellers. The next thing you're gonna be is Backpage has been shut down.
Yeah, so
who knew?
Yeah,
they do too much porn stuff.
Yeah.
My bad. Thanks, Derek. I didn't know that because I rarely ever go there.
Zillow though.
Yeah, you still got
leads on Zillow.
You just basically I'm just saying go to a classified free site. All right, it's probably like if you type in free classified site in Google, you might get maybe 20 to 30 of them. I mean, I only named 2. So, you know, you got 2 major ones, but you got a lot of other ones. I'm just saying you need to be contacting people that have properties to sell in order to get practice. I mean, you might not be buying it today, but you got to practice on your negotiation skills. You got to practice on getting over the fear of calling people. You got to practice on being able to take a note and how people communicate back and forth to you, because everybody communicates different. You got some people that's nice, you got some people that's really uptight, you got some people mad, mean, upset. I talked to somebody recently. I've been driving by this house and over and over and over and over. And I mailed them stuff and everything. Nobody would talk to me. One day I was driving by the house and I saw somebody outside. I was like, oh, shoot, somebody outside. Maybe they're the owner. I ran over there. It was not his time to talk, okay? He didn't feel like talking. He didn't want to talk, but I broke through that. He didn't want to talk about nothing about his house. I didn't know that he was actually getting foreclosed on that day. I didn't know that when I broke the ice and he finally gave me this information, and then this other lady, he said, was coming up at 12 noon. So I got there about 11:45. So I got to wait 15 minutes for this other person to come up. I talked to them. I didn't know that his house was up for auction and it was being sold in like 2 hours. I did not know that.
He might have wanted to shoot somebody.
He could have been slapping me all around. I didn't know that, but I came to him as if I can help you.
How can I help you?
But the fact is, even though his house was getting foreclosed right then, and even though it was getting auctioned off in the next 2 hours, I still broke through the ice for him to be able to give me his financial information and everything at that point outside.
But you were focusing on how you could help him, though.
I was focusing on how I could help him because he was telling me that his wife had died and his family, their family was getting on him. And they was blaming him for a lot of stuff, and the pressure was coming on him, and they didn't want him to get the money for the house, and they was talking about he was taking his wife's insurance, and he was just so fed up with this house, he didn't want to talk about it at all. He was like, let them take it, let them have it, I don't care. And I broke through, and I was like, man, you can't let them take the house from you like that. And I'm talking to him like that, and I'm like, I can maybe help you. Maybe you can get something. Don't just let it go. Eventually, he was like, here's the information.
Wow.
The lady walked up and she said,
What lady was that?
It was an agent, he said, that had the house. I was like, if the agent got the house, it's not sold yet. If you got it to an agent, it's not sold yet. And because he kept saying, it's already gone, man. It's already gone. I'm like, it's not going. Is it sold yet? He was like, it's getting auctioned or something. It's being sold. I'm like,
He don't even know.
He don't even know. I'm like, is it going? Like, is it out your name? If they have already got it, he said no. So all I'm thinking about is being able to save it. And when the lady walked up, he said, "No, I got an agent that's handling it. She's gonna walk up in a few minutes." I was like, "All right, I'll stay for her." When I walked up, I told her, "Hey," I said, "What's going on with the house? Are you selling it?" She said, "Yeah, but it's on auction." I said, "When the auction over?" She's like, "In 2 hours." And it was on auction.com. I typed it up. Sure enough, it was counting down. And I was like, "God dang!" I was like, out of all that time, man.
So open your mouth.
Yeah, just opening my mouth. But it's just the fact that you never know what nobody into. You never know nobody up against.
I'm gonna tell you
just
this.
got to talking to people.
Open your
straight
mouth.
up.
Yeah, foreclosure. I like personally. Who asked that question? Was that Black God? Was it Black God? Golly. I can't remember the question, dude. I think it was Black God.
Really?
Getting started. I remember the question.
Oh yeah, he said, "What do you need to do to get started?" And I'm like, "Just
focus on." What do you think about focusing on one type of a lead, D? Whether it's an out of town owner, non-owner occupied, behind on payments, foreclosure. I like personally. I love pre-foreclosures like that.
Yeah,
I love pre-foreclosures. And the crazy thing about it is they're all on Zillow now.
Yeah, Zillow has updated.
Right on Zillow.
Zillow updated everything. I remember when they took over. They took over lead source, not lead source, but
US.
It was something. What it was? It was Postlets. Zillow bought Postlets. And I used to use Postlets all the time to send out my rentals and information, a whole bunch of stuff because they used to set up. It's used to set up the poster and you do all that. And Zillow bought it. And when Zillow bought it, they said they were going to be upgrading and making realtors, and everybody put stuff in there, so everything is like up to date. Right on. With stuff is sold, stuff is bought, stuff for sale by owners, pre-foreclosures, all that stuff is on Zillow right now.
Black God, I think you said getting started. I'm gonna say
I'm going Zillow. Go to Zillow.
Go to Zillow.
Go to for sale by owners on Zillow. Call those people. Hey, believe me. Oh, this is not even that long ago. I had another wholesaler that I was training. He started calling people on Zillow. He thought somebody that had a house for sale for like, I think it was probably $80,000. By the time he finished negotiating with her, she sold that joint for $25,000.
Wow.
Now, see, so don't let the price scare you. Mm-hmm. You don't know what situation nobody's in. And you don't know if they owe them free and clear. You don't know nothing.
They're honest. What does the asking price? What does the asking price of a seller mean to you in your mind? When somebody's asking for price, what does that have to do with your offer?
That has nothing to do with my offer because I'm just going for numbers only.
So you're telling me what I'm asking for the house has no bearing on reality of what you're going to offer?
I don't look at it. I don't see it. No.
Class, I want you to hear that.
I can't do it because it's all about the numbers. If the number don't make, I can't offer you nothing that I'm not making money off of it. It don't matter to me.
So you don't care. You don't care.
If I can't make money off of it, I don't care what you ask me. I'm gonna calculate it to the point that I can make money off of. That's gonna be the number I'm gonna offer, regardless of what you ask me.
Class, please remember that. The asking price doesn't matter what you're gonna offer. People always say, I already loaded 5,000. I loaded 10,000. What else you want me to do? Whose problem is that, Delawrence?
It's their problem. And they always miss the big thing. The big thing is all the closing costs, the agent fee, the holding costs, all these other fees involved in there. The seller never puts that in there. So they'll just be like, City of 7 say 100, I'm selling for 80. You got $20,000 worth of equity. I'm like, what?
How many times have
I
you heard
that
that?
a gazillion times.
You already got X equity.
Right, but you ain't calculating nothing else. Like they don't calculate nothing else.
Cost to sell, what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta get to this thing. What did you luxury car store? What did you do to help
I
the
could
guy
not.
who was
I
getting
know.
foreclosed 2 hours?
It was getting foreclosed in 2 hours. Actually, it could have been stopped,
You could have
but
stopped the
the
foreclosure.
fact that he owed 169. This is funny because he told me, he said, "Man, you probably can get it for 35,000." My eyes popped up like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What? I'll probably get it for 35,000. So I'm immediately start asking pressing questions to try to get his mortgage statement and to try to get him to get, just loosen him up. I was like 35,000. I'm in Virginia Beach now. He's talking about I can get this 3-2 1,600 square feet house for 35,000. You think I'm not trying?
That's a smoker.
And so when he told me, when I really saw the mortgage and the lady came by and then it said it was 169,
You're done.
thing about trying to stop it in 2 hours
went
out the window.
You could have stopped it.
I could have stopped it, but I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all after that. I mean, he went from telling me it was 35,000, maybe I can get it for 35 to 40,000, to his mortgage is 169. And I know his house is probably worth 250. So now why would I push myself to stop it when I know the numbers is super close? And then
still, you could have stopped it. Well, everything you could have, would have, should have stopped it and maybe done a short sale or a loan modification, maybe.
Yeah, it was fighting an uphill battle.
Too much emotion going.
It was because he didn't really want to.
He's not motivated.
He inched me. He went in the house and inched me his paperwork. But the lady was coming up. As he moving his stuff out, That's how I saw him. He moving his stuff out of the house. So the lady was coming up to give him some final. He was getting cash. He was getting cash. He was getting a check. The lady was bringing him a check.
The bank was
yeah. So the lady was bringing him a check at that time, and so for me to try to stop it, that would stop his check. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to hear that.
We done, man. It's 11. What is it? 8:45 class. Delawrence, I'm gonna leave you with one final thought. I'll let Delawrence leave you with one final thought for people that are looking for their next deal or want to get their first deal in real estate. Good God help us.
All right, man. Action is key.
Action, work. Everybody's scared to work. I'm sick of it. I meet every one of the coaching clients. We have a questionnaire that we fill out for my inner circle. They all want to own apartment buildings and they want to push a button and they want to hire a management company and they want to just let it run on autopilot. It's just a myth. Do you believe, Delawrence, or do you subscribe to the philosophy that passive income is a myth? Or do you believe that passive income really exists where you don't have to do anything?
Well, you don't have to do nothing.
In real estate, yeah.
In real estate, I still feel you gotta do a little something. I mean, even if it's checking on your management team,
checking on people,
you still got to.
Doesn't exist, class. So if you think everybody's like, well, I want to do this, X, Y, Z, so I don't got to work. You got the wrong freaking mindset.
You still gonna have to do something.
We got a whole bunch of property. I still have to work to make sure that the people are doing what they say they're gonna do. You know, because as soon as you turn your back.
Something gonna happen. Hey, when the balls are made, the mouse will play. Or when the cats are made, the mouse will play.
Please give us a thumbs up on our broadcast tonight. I'm taking time to pour into you tonight. We are approaching 2 million views. We're approaching 22,000 subscribers. And just a few months ago, I had 8,000. So our next goal is to get 30,000 subs. What's this? I agree. Real estate is not passive. That's right. Real Estate Math wants to know, what do you think about stocks, D? Oh yeah, tell us about your experience with the stocks and trading contract. Is that something you want to touch?
I mean, I can touch on a little bit, but this
dude was doing contracts. What were you doing? Puts or stops or calls?
I was doing futures. If you ever heard of futures,
hit it, dude. Then we go.
If you know anything about future stocks, man, futures is all about predicting whether stock is going to go up or down, and it's traded off the E-mini series. That's you got the E-mini S&P, you got the mini Dow, you got the mini it's several minis. Like all the stocks, it's there are minis to be able to have little investors be able to put their money in and trade it themselves. So I know a little bit about stocks, but not a lot about stocks. Futures is dealing with a lot of intraday trading. So You can you got day traders, you got people that trade for weeks and come out. You got people that trade for months to come out, long-term traders for years to come out and then cash out. But then you have a certain thing called intraday, which they do it by per minute. You can actually go in and trade and come back out in the next minute or so minutes. So that's what exactly the technique that I was learning. It's a really I'm telling you, I put a good bit of money in that just to learn it, and it's a stressful thing. I didn't like being able to. I didn't like staring at my computer all day and then trying to wait on a couple moves to make it happen. It felt very stressful to me. You can have a good day, you can have a bad day. You have a good day today, you might have a bad day tomorrow, which means your profit could be equal to zero, or you could be in a negative in just a couple of days. You can have great days, but you can make $100 in minutes, like minutes. So it's called futures, but man, if you don't have if you don't have a self discipline and
I hear that a lot of stocks.
and stress, I mean, you got to be able to control stress on yourself. You got to be self discipline, be able to control stress, and be able to go for technique only. Technique only. Don't worry about what money you losing at the time or what money you gaining at the time or nothing. It's all about technique only. And if you can separate your emotions from the technique only, then you can
Could you do that? Was that a flaw you had, D? Because I heard that from my boy Smitty. Smitty talking about his emotions.
It was a flaw that I had, and I think I want to go back in it a little later, but I want to try to. You only really supposed to trade maybe twice, 2 times, and my emotions got to me so much. I'm up there trading 12 to 13 times. So the broker get paid every time you buy and sell.
They get paid on the buy and on the sell.
And the sell. So that means it don't matter if you make money or not. They could get paid when you buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. So I made 12. I traded 12 times that day. You got paid double that, 24 to 26 times that day.
Holy cow!
But I made no money. Like I had an even trading day, like $0. Like I had good trades and bad trades, and they all equal to $0 at the end of the day.
They got paid on trade
out of 12 days, out of all day. Out of 12 trades, I had good ones and I had bad ones. And when they all equaled up at the end of the day, when it was over, I had $0. But the broker got paid 24, 26 times. It's stressful. So you're supposed to only trade like twice, 1 to 2 times a day. You're supposed to get about $200 to $600 out. $200 to $600, man, in 2 trades, like for that day. You're gonna be able to make that money in minutes.
That's why I don't freak with the stock market. I'm done. All right, you done with that? Or you got anything else you can finish with the stock thing?
Long-term stock. If you can't handle stress, get a long-term stock. And I read something about stocks today. Look, stocks is you're in a bearish time right now. It's been bearish since January, and it's bearish in December. When it gets to January again, you might get a little positive because everybody positive about the new year, but they predict it's going bearish in 2019. So make sure you taking shorts all year long if you're in stocks.
This is from the Stock Doctor. Luxury Scar Store. How could Delawrence have stopped the foreclosure? We stopped foreclosures class by doing something called a self-filing bankruptcy. A self-filing bankruptcy. And if anybody wants to give me a super chat for that, I will gladly like it. I charge $50 just for that tidbit there. We stop foreclosures any day. And if you want, I got a whole webinar on the real estate on my website at therealestateroundup.com. It'll show you how to do that. It's $50. We'll show you how to stop any foreclosure. Even if it's 2 hours before, you can stop it. You can stop any foreclosure. Foreclosure is the least of my worries. When you show up to somebody and they're going in foreclosure next week, we are so calm in our demeanor because we know we can stop it. It's no problem. D-Mac. What are the prices? Go ahead.
D-Mac. Thanks, guys. Good stuff. I'm trying to make it work in California. And action prices are ridiculous. You know what about California? I really want to invest in California. You know why? Because the money is so different from there to here.
It's a lot more. Every
Yeah.
more dollars you wallow in, the more stick to you.
Them people probably they don't a $10,000 wholesale fee over there is probably like $5.
Yeah. Danny wants to know how do we diversify? You want to take that one, D?
How
first,
do
or
you guys diversify your portfolio?
I don't.
Shit.
I don't.
You say diversify your portfolio. As far as
You talking about stocks, paper?
oh, okay. I mean, I'm doing a little stocks. It's not much. I mean, if you want to diversify, I'm real estate. Oh, I'm
You
full time real
to the
estate,
death,
man. I'm real estate to the death.
Danny, go ahead.
Let's see. Oh,
I don't. Let me finish. I'm gonna do it with Danny. I don't. Unfortunately, I subscribe to the Warren Buffett thing. I focus on great investments that I understand, and I don't waver with that. If it's something that I don't understand, I'm risk averse. I don't want to have no risk. And Delawrence, no doubt, is the same way. We don't. Oh man, we got a super chat. Thank you. Is that luxury car store? Cool. We got. I mean, $10.
Cool.
I mean, $10. We don't. I don't. Well, Delawrence is going to answer for you.
I diversify a little bit, man, but it's not.
Danny.
I mean, I'm usually. I mean, not most of my stuff is real estate. Okay,
What percentage?
I know probably 95%.
That ain't diversifying.
I mean, I do diversify a little in stocks, like a little. But I know real estate is. I know real estate. So the fact that I know real estate, I'm confident in real estate. It's hard for me to. It's hard for me to diversify when I know this works. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know this works. So. Stocks, I done had a rough time in stocks, so so that's why it's only 5%.
We'll do another class about your stock history. D Mac. Oh, who said that? How do you Danny? How do we diversify? Well, I'm saying, how do I diversify? I don't. Back in 2005, I told myself I'm going to master single family home real estate. That was it. I'm going to master it because I know if I have $500,000 in real estate, I know I can turn that into X amount of X amount of dollars a month.
And I know for me trying to diversify so much,
what did it do?
I waste money. A lot of stuff don't work. And I know real estate work, but a lot of other stuff don't work. And then I can throw my money out the window.
You lose it.
Yeah.
And then
if I wouldn't have tried to diversify so much, I could have put more money back into my marketing to get more property to make more money in real estate.
I don't believe in diversification. I'm sorry. How much D Mac wants to know? How much money do you need to start, D?
In stocks? Well, if you're talking about futures, man, you need about.
Yeah, what, 10 grand?
I started with $5,000, but I found out later that you can start for probably between 3,000, 5,000, but you got to have a lot in there because it's so much risk. So it's according to what broker you go to, and that's what futures. But with regular stocks, you can start with as little as $50. When you go for some long-term stocks with TD Ameritrade, them stock brokers, when you're doing long-term stuff that you're gonna sit in there for years, I mean, you start with very, very little money. I think $50 probably the smallest. You just got to learn how to use the trade platforms. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Outside of
I like Thinkorswim as far as trade platform. It was great.
Say that again.
Thinkorswim. It was by TD Ameritrade.
Thinkorswim.
Yeah.
Self-filing. Okay. Oh my goodness. Luxury car store. How do you stop a foreclosure? Luxury car store. It's so weird how my posture and my position when I show up and I talk to somebody that's going into foreclosure soon. They're usually like this. Like Dolores's people. And then I'm like, let's stop it. It's the least amount. I mean, we can go stop a foreclosure right now, even if it's in the next hour or two. If you have that tool in your toolbox, if you will, Jesus. If you have that tool in your toolbox, it's like that little wrench where it can fit any nut. Man, if you know how to do that, not only will you look like the savior to your seller or your homeowner, they're like, you mean you can show me how to stop a foreclosure right now, today? Let's get in the car, let's go, I'll show you. And the reason we do it is not to actually get the deal, but it's to solidify our relationship with the seller, to solidify our rapport. Like Delawrence was saying, he walked up to that guy, and the guy opened up and showed him the bank statements. That's that report. Lawrence is a master. Don't let the country grammar. Don't let these country grammar fool you. He is a master when it comes to people. I mean, everywhere people love him. The country grammar, let it fool you. So stopping the foreclosure is just a tool. Now, how can I elaborate on it? Dude, I'm giving you guys 2 hours of my life pouring into self-filing bankruptcy. If you go to my website, it's a webinar on there. It's $50. You know, just invest in yourself. It'll walk you down the steps. Anybody can stop the foreclosure in any of the 50 states. And I'm only charged. I did that webinar for you. It'll show you how to go down to the courthouse, file about 5 pieces of paper, and you can stop any foreclosure. I mean, unfortunately, I can't. It would take me another hour to get into breaking it all down, but it takes about 5 pieces of paper, and you can do it in any city, in any state in America. You know, where do I teach? Oh, my website is therealestateroundup.com. Therealestateroundup.com. You can go in there and go for it. I don't even know.
I'm loving this hangout, man.
It's cool, isn't it?
Actually, I'm going to take some training from Chris to actually even get my online presence ramped up, because I'm loving how I'm just loving even talking to the people straight up.
It's fulfilling.
I love talking about real estate.
It's fulfilling.
Like I get real hype about talking about real estate, man. It's just, and when I first heard about real estate, it was crazy. I just thought it was boring. Like, I'm an entertainment type of person. I like music. I like
Well, you entertaining now. This is entertainment.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But so, you know, I'm hyped about real estate right now, and I'm really stoked about it.
Justin Fat says diversification is better for wealth preservation, not wealth generation. Let me see if I agree with that. If I want to preserve my wealth, do I want to sink it in several places or sink it into where I know? My thing is, if I buy a house at a discount, if I buy a $100,000 house for 50 cash, and I know I can sell it tomorrow for 100, I mean, how can I lose? I just don't know. I don't know, Justin. We have to debate that one. We'll bring you on, Justin. I'm gonna remember you. I want to debate you on that. No reason to diversify when there's so many different exit strategies to real estate. I live in Cali. Invest in the Midwest. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. That's going to be truly gifted. Mariah, just go to my website. Stop the Foreclosure webinar is right there. I created it. We did a webinar recently, and $50. Happy holidays. Let me go to this thing. Mariah, how are you? How do you deal with a buyer that tries to lower your price? Oh my Lord, Mariah. Mariah, how do you deal with a cash buyer that tries to lower your price
at closing?
Hit it, B. I know you've been through that before.
I'd be like, kick rocks at closing. So what you're saying is y'all agreed on a price. Y'all put it under contract. Y'all went to closing.
Okay.
Probably took a week. He a cash buyer or 2. And at closing, he tries to lower the price. I've never, ever had nobody do that.
Yeah, cash buyers do it all the time.
He said at closing. Like you got it under contract. We already negotiated. I get the cash buyer trying to lower your price in negotiation phase, not after I sign the contract and we go to closing.
Oh, they know you got that. You want that money.
Yeah, I'm not. She said, deal with a buyer that tries to lower your price at closing. She didn't say before we signed the contract. We already signed the contract. Like, we already went through the back and forth. Now we said, okay, I'll take it for 60. I was like, yeah, okay, you take it for 50. So we signed the contract. You telling me we're going to closing tomorrow. I'm getting ready to pick up my check, and you gonna hit me with a phone call like,
wait, by the way, I need to lower that by 5,000.
Yeah, you need to lower that by 5. I'm gonna be like, what?
I thought you were Mariah. Maria. I thought you were saying they wanted to lower they were negotiating Maria.
Woo!
Maria. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you were saying they wanted to lower your price at the negotiation.
Mm-mm.
You
She
talking
said
about
at
after they-
closing.
That's real grimy.
That's grind me. I would never mess with them again.
You should have a non-refundable that you should be like, I'm done.
Yeah, you'd be like, let me keep that non-refundable since y'all tripping.
Yeah, I'm done with them.
And
you keep that non-refundable, Maria.
Yeah, and go and get you another buyer.
Yeah, basically. Maria. I'm
That-
sorry, dog. Maria.
Nah, man. I would go. I would definitely go back to the seller. I would talk to them, try to smooth things out because I know they think it's gonna close today. So you gotta smooth that out first, and then go back to the seller and tell him he's gonna lose his earned money because you can only get your earned money back if I can't transfer the property to you.
Yeah.
For title reasons or something like that. So since you're just trying to lower the price just to lower the price, that's not a reason to get your earnest money back. So I'm gonna take that for free.
Yeah.
Let him kick rocks.
Let me get that.
And go ahead and get another buyer. I'm gonna just buy enough time from the seller. And the seller usually the seller is okay with it. It's according to how much rapport you gave to them as you was getting the deal done.
They should love you anyway.
They were gonna love you anyway because they already know they're gonna get you. You're gonna get them done. So.
Demise, you're right. My bad, dog. I got Maria. That's real grimy.
That's grimy, man.
People do that all the time.
Oh my!
Remember that dude, man? He was a contractor downtown. He used to drive a white dually. Then we saw him in the newspaper. He got convicted. He was a contractor. Talk like this, real life.
Oh yeah. Oh
What's his name?
I don't know his name. Remember, he had that office on King Street, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. I don't know.
He went to jail, I think. I don't know. Me and D have been through so many people.
Yeah.
Thank God.
People talk a lot of game, and the veterans, the people that been in like 100 years, seem like they try to get you the most. Like you, the new guy, they the old guy, been in it forever.
It's like your boy Bobby.
Yeah, try to get you the most, man. They try to get you the most.
All right, let me go. Let me get up out of here, class. This is it.
That's right, Kid Rocks.
What? Okay, right, yeah. You want to say bye, Bubba? Bubba want to say goodbye. I gotta go visit my boy graduated college last week.
Yeah, I'm going to see Christmas lights.
Oh yeah, class.
Yeah.
God bless you. You're only one lead away from your next house.
There you go.
You're only one lead away, so don't give up. Don't give up. Me and D, how many houses you do? We look at hundreds.
It definitely don't give up. You never know what that next house is going to be. It just shocks you. It just comes out the blue. You never know which house. You have to go in. You got to be making offers, and you got to be contacting sellers, and you got to be making offers straight up.
You will not make any money
unless
you're making offers.
I would say all the other work is busy work.
Making offers?
If you're not making offers and contacting sellers,
then you're done.
All the other work you're doing is busy work. Everything else is busy work.
Oh no, you've been drinking. You have a little cup.
Right.
You roll. Class, subscribe to my channel. Like the content. Comment on what else you'd like for us to bring you.
Yeah.
And share with the universe. We are pouring into your souls, into your careers, so that when we're gone, you can share this stuff with other people in your community. All right. Chris Haskins, Delawrence Johnson.
Yeah.
RealEstateRoundup.com. See you next time. Peace.
Woo.
How do I cut this thing off? I don't even know.